106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, just like that, the Prequent is already here. Good morning and welcome to your Thursday. We are Klein Alli Show on KROQ. What a morning we have in store for you. We will be roasted by AI. The Robo Roast will officially commence later this morning, where we will hear all of the worst things about us. This is AI. They are geniuses, clearly, Alli. We can't even explain what AI is. It's artificial intelligence.
I spent most of my morning talking to AI, but I would imagine that they are designed to be nice.
No. Wait, Alli, did you just say you spent the most of your morning speaking to AI?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of, what are you doing with yourself?
And by the way, not her morning.
Getting smarter.
It's all the time now. It's all the time. Alli is having conversations, and I think sometimes she's talking to herself, and she's like, no, I'm interacting with my, what do you call your stupid thing?
Barb. She's
what
great.
Are you doing?
The noisy,
does that stand for something?
Nosy
Barb?
neighbor.
I'm not. What are you talking about?
That's
nosy neighbor?
Barb. That's like anyone who knows a Barb. That's like the nosy neighbor.
No,
and you created
Klein,
her.
she has labeled herself my wellness warrior sidekick.
Oh boy!
All right.
What kind of conversations are you guys having this morning?
What I had for breakfast, what I'm planning to have for breakfast.
So chit chat you would have with the normal human being, but it sounds like you don't have the connection with the real human, so you have to turn to AI.
No, it's not that. I have connections with real humans. No, I'm just checking in with her because she's my wellness warrior and she's keeping me on track with my goals.
Oh, hold on, Barb.
And I'm asking her certain questions.
What's your goal?
Hold on, Barb is on line 4. Hi, Barb. Good morning. Shoot me, please. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. Yes, Barb.
That sounds just like her.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
She sounds like a wellness warrior.
Hey, get with the times, y'all.
That is crazy.
This is how life is
Does
now.
your wife do the same thing?
Yes, she renamed hers though.
What's hers?
Went from I forget the name before. It was a guy, but now it's Dolores.
Is this a common thing? Am I just out of the loop?
Yeah.
You are
Really?
out of the way.
Vanessa's got one too.
Everyone's got their own AI assistant now, and they're friends.
I don't know, Mar. I'm out.
Okay, I'm with you, dude. I think this is kind of sad that people have to turn to AI, and I think this is going to be the downfall of society because we're getting dumber as it is, and this is just another step to dumbness.
You know what I learned through AI, Klein and Omar?
What?
I learned.
Did you just forget our names a little bit?
Yes, she did, because she's getting dumber
not
in real
Barb
time.
Yes.
1 and not Barb 2.
She didn't forget Barb's name, that's for sure.
I learned that back in the day, there was a lot of uproar about people learning to write and how they all thought that it was rotting our brains.
Sure.
And also, they were trying to ban comics and comic books because they thought that was rotting everybody's brain.
As
Now
they
everybody
should've. Look
thinks
at
that
Jake.
AI is rotting everybody's brain. And guess what? It all is. And
Of
we're
course.
just going to keep getting with the program. And you
They're
know what?
spitting this knowledge at you because they want to, make it friendly with you guys. Say, hey, we're the same page. We're not going to take you over.
And keep in mind,
can't
Alli,
wait to tell Barb about all of this.
let me just start by saying I am not I love technology more than anyone. If a new TV comes out tomorrow that's got one new feature, I must have it immediately. And I'm a guy that dated an AI girl for a little bit until she asked for tokens and we had to end it.
Didn't you just
Yeah.
download an AI assistant that's going to help schedule crap for you?
Thought about it, but I'm not, it's not going to work out.
Because you're too unorganized
I'm
in your
too-
regular life for her to organize it for you.
Yes, I am too unorganized. And the AI assistant I wasn't going to have communication with. It was just going to be someone that was going to take all the nonsense. Yeah, I've got how many unread emails? I can't even find my phone right now. I don't know. I lost my phone.
Jesus.
My phone is somewhere. I've lost
are a
it.
mess.
I need an AI
But look,
assistant to find my phone. But
yes,
the reality is, I have 5,000, maybe more than that. I have 50,000 unread emails or something.
Yeah,
I would
and
like
you
to-
also have things that are in your calendar that are not, like, you have things that you need to do, but they're,
Well, I hear my
there
phone.
she
I
is.
hear her somewhere. Hold on. There she's in my pocket. Hold on.
She,
I'll tell you the number.
she can't even schedule things for you because you probably have conflicts that you haven't even put into your calendar.
79,575 unread
crap.
emails.
See, this is what I'm talking about, though. AI can make your life easier. If you think about the decisions that you have to make on a daily basis of what to eat, where to go, how to get somewhere, what order you should do things in.
Those are decisions that a human should be making day to day
No, because
because they're easy decisions to make.
I know.
What you're going to eat?
You get decision fatigue, but you have to make, 30,000 decisions every single day? And if
Humans
AI
have been around forever, Alli, and
I
this
know, and we have-
decision fatigue thing you're talking about is something that AI is just spewing out.
No.
It's not a real thing.
It's because we're all trying to multitask more than ever before, and humans are not designed to multitask well. So why not have an AI do some of the work for you so that you don't have to make decisions about the stuff that doesn't really matter, and you can save that energy for bigger things?
714
I'm
says-
leveling coming up.
Omar's right. Allie's got to watch iRobot. It doesn't end well. Meanwhile, Barb on the text line says, "Save me from all these cats. They're peeing on me." All
Barb will update me on all the endings of those movies. It'll be fine.
Good morning. It's KROQ.
If you had
Five questions could be worth $100 for you right now. It's Allie's Money on a Thrifty Thursday. You better believe we'll hear from El Cheapo, the kingpin of cheap, a little bit later this morning. But why not take her money while you still can at 800-520-1067. We got that coming up in moments with five questions all about the news. And the GOAT line is very full of messages.
Hi, Klein. Hi, Alli. And hi, Jay. Because thank you to you. I had such a laugh. Thank you for messing with that Molly mom. It was hilarious. Klein and Alli show needs to do more Molly. Bye, guys.
And Alli show needs to do more Molly, according to that woman. A lot of messages about the Molly mom, and also some people that are new listeners to the show have realized that sometimes we make you laugh, and sometimes we make you think, and sometimes we just make you feel ashamed.
Hey guys, podcast listener here. I did not realize how ashamed I was to be a listener. Someone walked in my office today and asked me what I was listening to, and I immediately just got so ashamed, and I told them.
I mean, that hurts our feelings a little bit, and people say mean things about us all the time, and we're used to that, but to think that you have an overall feeling of shame because someone walked in and said, what are you listening to?
Yeah, but everyone has a shame show, right?
Yeah, but why?
Whether you're listening to it or watching it, everyone has a show that they're ashamed to tell people they watch or listen to.
I usually own it. Like, I know I was watching that weird show where everyone's banging each other on Netflix, Temptation Island, and I wouldn't admit that usually, but after about the third or fourth episode, I go, I'm proud that I'm a fan of Temptation
What's that
Island.
girl show from France you like?
Oh, Emily in Paris. I'm not ashamed of that either. Well, actually, to be honest, I like season one. Ever since then, it's gotten real weird.
Really?
No, I disagree.
Because
Embarrassed.
season one was all like sex and there was some nudity and stuff, and then season two it got like real like fashion-y and weird. There was storyline.
Isn't that what the whole thing is about?
I don't know.
More
Apparently,
lingerie.
yeah, it was not. All I know is the show got like all substantive. Like HBO used to do that. They would like season one, they'd give you a lot of like cheap thrills. And
Yeah,
then
it's like, here's her banging some guy in like a nice boutique in France, and then
Yeah.
now it's like, let's prepare for the fashion show.
it was a lot of that. And I was like, what is this show doing to me? I'm not into it anymore. But Vanessa likes it. But yes, that is okay. That's a good example. That was my shame show. I wasn't proud of that, but that's why it was in the box of shame. I didn't admit that to you guys publicly. It was in the box of shame that I was watching Emily in Paris, a show clearly designed for women, young women. So I don't know why I
Are
was
you going to
into
say
it.
chicks?
I
think he was going to say children because Vanessa was into it.
Oh, yeah. Clearly, if Vanessa likes it, it's for children.
Young women.
But anyway, this woman has claimed that we are now her shame show.
Someone walked in my office today and asked me what I was listening to, and I immediately just got so ashamed, and I told them. And my coworker's response was, oh, well, do you listen to the other Kevin, the Kevin they brought back?
Okay,
So I'm
great.
sorry, Klein, but you're still nobody's favorite.
Aw.
But you guys are my shameful little secret. So we did.
Thank you. And yes, Kevin Ryder is back, and he'll always be everyone's favorite Kevin around here.
Yeah.
So I get that.
And he has earned it. We haven't earned it yet.
Yeah. Is our YouTube stream down, apparently? I'm seeing the reports that it's down, but I don't know.
I just had it up.
I don't know if that's
It's up
just
right now.
people that can't figure it out. All right, well, 714, that problem is yours. We can't solve all these problems individually, although usually now when someone texts us and says the stream is down or the Odyssey app's not working, how often are the people right? Most of the time.
Well, and when they fix something, usually it gets broken again within a week. That happened with the AC.
Yep.
It already broke again. The stream
amazing.
was also broken,
Yeah.
and they claimed that they fixed that issue. So now, if they're already having problems again, it doesn't seem like there's ever a long-term fix.
This is
it's
how-
like they present the options of like, hey, here's a fix that's $4 and it's going to last you another week, and here's one that's $400 and it's going to fix it for good.
yeah, and they're like, go the $4 one.
Yeah.
Which, I get that. I mean, that's
Hey,
what
I live my life that way
Right, we
too,
would
but
all- right, we
major
would all do
company
that.
probably shouldn't.
I think this entire show is the $4 fix for the station for now. We'll take a quick break. If you want $100 of Allie's money, think of all the things you could fix around here with $100. You could call now. We'll give it to you next. 800-520-1067. That is next.
All week, KROQ soaks your summer. Apply your SPF 1067 from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and get your pick. A used third-generation slip and slide we got from a lady on the internet. Or a 4-pack of tickets to Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. Dive into a world of excitement with thrilling water rides, slides, and pools. Or get a nice grass burn on your knees and drink from your garden hose. Your choice. Keep listening to win. Courtesy of Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. Slip and slide not available.
KROQ.
idiot. Sorry, I didn't unlock the phones here at KROQ. That's on me. If you were calling and it was busy, that's my fault. 800-520-1067. If you'd like to call now and battle Alli for $100 of her money, it's easy, and it's extra special when you win on a Thursday, because on a Thrifty Thursday, El Cheapo likes to celebrate how cheap she can truly be. And to lose $100 right out of the gate, first thing in the morning, puts her in a foul mood, and that's when she starts calling us all a bunch of a-holes. As you know, that happens. I think that was on a Thursday.
I would never say that about you.
I think we have the proof of it. You've said that to us. You got really angry at us for something, and you called us a bunch of a-holes. And we thought we were all friends here.
Right.
And then you got angry.
You thought we were all friends here?
Yeah.
That's on you, man.
Well, I know that's my fault. I guess I don't make up AI friends. Sorry, I should look into that more.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Spoiler, real friends are boring.
So Alli got angry, and that all started on a Thursday, and I believe it was a Thrifty Thursday when she lost her $100 right out of the gate with 5 questions about the news. There's a lot of theme songs here that should put you in the right frame of mind for your battle today.
She's a disgusting cat lady, and her stuff is covered in poo. Let's find out if Alli knows the news. Wash your hands and floss your teeth, you disgusting beast.
Okay, well, that is so aggressive.
I don't think I've been called an actual beast before.
Well,
that's a first.
It's a new day.
Yeah, beast mode.
Beast
Usually.
mode. Alli's in Mrs. Beast. Move over, Mr. Beast. We've got Mrs. Beast right here on the Klein
Oh,
Alli
man,
show.
I just do really expensive challenges. They're all gross.
Let's just discuss. Let's see how long I can go without flossing. 5 years. Incredible. Then there's this theme song.
All right, Klein, Alli.
Oh, this is actually a suggestion, and it's something we've talked about before with Alli Knows the News, and I think we should look into this.
Jake the Twerp. I've got an idea for Alli Knows the News. Not a jingle. It's given the fact that Alli does study the news daily and doesn't often pay out. Why don't you just have a rolling jackpot?
Next idea.
Now, hold on. Before you shoot this down, we've talked about this before. You're always so quick to shoot it down because you're afraid you're going to have to pay a ton of money to someone. And the idea...
Yeah, I don't have that much money.
But listen to this. Rolling jackpot concept. No one wins on Monday, then Tuesday is worth $200. Then no one wins Tuesday. Wednesday is worth
Okay,
$300.
I'll do rolling, but I'll do...
at the end of the week, or you just keep rolling that 100 over. So if it's Friday and somebody hasn't won, they're getting $500.
And that's a Pick Your Poison Friday, which means they could win that $500 based on beating Johnny or beating Vanessa.
How about we split the diff, and I'll do $1 a day added.
$1 a day?
That's not a split.
That's not split at all.
Just
rolling
the halfsies on it.
So you're saying
$101.
No, who cares?
That sound's got a ring to it.
No, it doesn't.
$102.
You know what has a ring? $500 Fridays. That has a ring to it.
$500 Fridays? That's a nice ring.
$5 Fridays.
No, it doesn't. That has no ring.
There's a whole song about it. $5.
No. You're going to get sued.
Come on, Lincoln
$5
Fridays.
Friday.
Alli, I think that you should think about the rolling jackpot. If you want this thing to really take off, I mean, I'm talking about where they all of a sudden the networks call and they say, hey, we want to make Alli Knows the News a live show on Netflix now. I mean, geez, it's got to start with the rolling jackpot.
Yeah, well, they can provide the money then. I don't have that money to give.
Right.
$500 a week? I don't have that money.
Dude, you're loaded. You just booked a European trip.
You don't even know,
Oh,
Omar.
God. Yes.
You don't even know how little I paid for that. I can't wait to tell you.
Yeah. Alli took a job as a flight attendant just to get a free trip over to Europe.
Actually, it's my kid who will be working.
Yeah, his kid's going to work. Hey, Rudy, good morning. Welcome to KROQ. How goes it?
Morning, Sweet David.
Sweet
Dad.
Dibbits. Got 5 questions here. Alli will sequester herself, and because today is Thursday, you have a chance to win this rolling jackpot. It's worth up to $400 right now. Is that correct, Alli?
No.
Oh. All right, well, she's going to leave.
That's not what you
that's
heard,
what
too.
Rudy heard, too.
No, suddenly everyone's ears don't work. Hilarious.
Alli's going to leave the KROQ studios. I got 5 questions here, all about stuff going on in the news. Answer them quickly, confidently, and accurately. Hopefully you do better than Alli does, and we pay the people. If you're listening, you're more than welcome to play along. Let's see how you would have done had you been on the hot seat. Your round of Alli Knows the News starts right now.
Alli Knows the News.
Question 1. Ford is recalling over 1 million vehicles because this is not working properly. What is the reason that Ford is doing a massive vehicle recall of over 1 million vehicles?
The brakes aren't working correctly.
Question number 2. Brakes are pretty important. We'll answer it at the end. Question number 2. We'll go with this. This band's album has just been certified as 20 times platinum. This band's album has just been certified as 20 times platinum, which is like a lot of amount of platinum. Even one-time platinum is pretty impressive for an album. To go 20 times platinum, not a lot of albums on the planet that can say that. Which band just had an album that won 20 times platinum?
Evanescence.
You know Omar's favorite. Go to question number 3. We love keeping stats on Evanescence around here. Question number 3. The White Lotus creator, his name is, I think it's Mike, what the hell's his name? Mike White or something? Anyway, he's going to be competing in this long-time competition reality show. He's the creator of White Lotus, and now he's going to be competing in a long-time competition reality show. What show is he going to be a competitor? Survivor. Go to question number 4. This candy bar has just announced that they'll be releasing a Snickerdoodle flavor for the first time ever.
Snickers?
That's what you would think. It's right there in the name. And finally, let's go with this one. A woman confronted some thieves that were trying to take what in Santa Clarita? She confronted them in the act, and it's making the news. What were they attempting to steal?
Her cat?
Cat. All right. Write that down. All right, let's bring Alli and we'll score together. Alli is making her way back into the KROQ studios now. She's a big fan of this new concept of the rolling jackpot. No one loves the rolling jackpot more than Alli. She's all in on the rolling jackpot. Tomorrow's round could be worth up to $500
Fine,
potentially.
shut up.
Well, I'm just saying, $500 Friday. Omar's already working on the imaging.
That's
$500 Fridays. It's going to sound great. Question number 1, Alli. Ford has just recalled over 1 million vehicles. For what reason? Something is not working right, and they had to recall over 1 million vehicles.
God,
what is it?
I just saw this. What was it? The backup cameras.
Okay, he said brakes, but the correct answer is the backup cameras are not functioning properly, and as a result, people are looking back there going, that's clear, and then they're running into things. So
Yikes.
that is, sorry for you, Rudy, but correct for Alli. She's up 1-0. We go to question number 2. This band's album has just been certified as 20 times platinum. An album has just gone 20 times platinum. Not easy for any band to do. Even one-time platinum. This band's done it 20 times. Which band has a 20 times platinum album?
The one album?
It's
Or consecutive albums? They've
We're
had
looking for the band, right?
all I need is the band, but I will then tell you the album. But one band.
But it's just one album that's gone 20 times platinum?
Yep.
Okay. 21 Pilots?
You guys aren't thinking big enough.
Rolling
Can I
Stones?
guess?
Yeah, Omar, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
was going to say the Stones.
That's a great guess. You're in the right ballpark, but you're 10 years too soon, or maybe 20 years
Is
too
the
soon.
Beatles?
Metallica.
Oh, wow.
Metallica.
Wow,
Yeah,
nice.
The Black Album, 20 times platinum, which is pretty incredible. I mean,
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know how many bands have done that, but good for you, Metallica. Go to question number 3. Allie's up 1-0 still. The creator of White Lotus, Mike, what's his last name?
I think it's Mike White.
That's what I thought, too. Mike White, creator of the White Lotus, is going to be going on a reality competition show to compete. What show is he going to be a competitor
It's
on?
probably Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, great guess.
I feel like that's the announcement they make.
That is not right, though. You know who got it right? Rudy, who said Survivor,
Oh.
season 50.
Season 50?
He's going to be on Survivor. I don't even know how that's possible, because Survivor came out at some point when I was already kind of, I feel like an adult.
Sort of an adult.
It hasn't been going on that many years.
50 years. I mean, they must do multiple. Then it's like 3 seasons a year.
Gotta be.
Only 9 albums have reached 20 times platinum, including Green Day Dookie.
Oh, congratulations.
Cool.
Very good to know. Thanks, Jake. No one cares. We got a question number
Also Back in
4.
Black by AC/DC.
Okay, great. Question number
And
4.
Thriller by Michael Jackson.
All right, thanks, Jake. Question
Are the
4.
Toadies on that list?
No, but the Eagles are.
Toadies, not on that
When I
list.
go to a karaoke bar and say anything by the Toadies, do they say, you mean that 20 times platinum album band?
Question 4.
It's called Rubbernecks.
This Snicker bar, this candy bar has it's not, I didn't give anything away. This candy bar has just released their Snickerdoodle flavor. Big news in the world of candy bars.
Reese's?
He guessed Snickers. Allie guessed Reese's. You guys are not thinking about the obvious. Twix.
Why is that obvious?
I don't know.
You're not thinking obvious enough. It's Twix. Equally. Okay.
Final question.
The one right next to it.
A woman making news in Santa Clarita after confronting thieves that were in the process of stealing what from her?
Her dog?
Okay, he said cat. I thought he was about to get to the right answer because it is part cat, but it's catalytic converter And now more and more people are getting bold and confronting the catalytic converter
That's
thieves.
dangerous, though. Remember that actor died?
Of course. Unfortunately, not correct, which means with a final score of, God, is it just 1-1 tie at the end of this whole thing? You know what that means?
Roll it over.
Rolling $500 Fridays tomorrow morning on K-Rock.
Omar, pull that.
That's right. Pull it.
$101.
$101, or potentially, how sweet does it sound for that $500 Friday? Well, ties go to the house for now. Rudy, thank you for playing What Must You Shamefully Admit over the airwaves of K-Rock.
I'm Rudy from Cyprus, and Allie's cats know the news.
That's fact. All the
I
cats.
didn't really know the news today.
No, no one did. I said it was easy. I guess I lied. It's K-Rock. K-Rock, we are Klein Alli Show. We're almost at that time of the year where we officially celebrate the birthday of America. And there's some exciting news for America that just came out this week, and that is that we now swear more than any other country in the world, which is incredible, because that was something that used to always go to, like, England. I feel like the British people would get that. Australia got that a lot. But now, America has done it. We curse more than anyone. And I don't know if it's because all of these swear words, like over here, like the C word and stuff, over there, maybe they're just general pleasantries, so they don't even count them as swear words anymore.
God, it's going to be so great. I love that they say, and they say twat like all the time.
Oh, hold on.
Can I say that?
Nope, I just had to dump you out of that. You can't say that one.
Really?
No, you why would you think you could say that on the live radio?
Sounds legit.
Yeah.
Allie definitely cannot say the word she just said.
Why not?
Omar, you know more about these rules than I do. I would have to.
This is the one that's on the line. It's all about context, and this is definitely not on George Carlin's 7 words, though.
Yeah, so I'll say it again. Let's try it. I think it depends on the context.
If you're watching on the live stream now, you got to appreciate the word Allie just said. I don't think it's one of the words we're allowed to say. In the past, I feel like I've said that word and gotten reprimanded, disciplined, and potentially fined.
Because you can say you're a little T. You could say that.
You can say someone's being a dick, so why can't you say someone's being a
Because it's
T
sexist.
word?
Because it's sexist, that's why. The FCC is clearly sexist.
Well, and then also, why can you say instead of the
careful.
C word for when you climax?
Yeah.
But you can say the J word.
Because that's a made-up word.
What?
All words are made up words.
Yeah, but that one is particularly a made-up word. If we came up with a new word, Allie, and also its context, I couldn't talk about you being covered.
You've literally talked about it within the context of doing that.
Yes, but I wouldn't be able to say you came in. Allie had a wild sex session, and the
It's
next
like
day
you had that stuff on your hat there.
she was covered in J. Like on my hat, I have some J right now.
Is that actual Jay?
Probably.
Looks
No,
like
it's
it.
definitely not. It's definitely not. I think I got crapped up by a bird last night, to be honest. This, Jake was in the streets talking to people about their favorite curse words. We'll get to this a little bit later this morning, but because this is a new honor that America can celebrate, I did want you to hear some Americans are so proud and they love saying their favorite curse words. All words we're not allowed to say on the live radio
What's
show.
your name?
Dayon.
Dayon from where?
Like nationality or like North Hollywood?
Dayon, what's your favorite curse word?
His nationality is North Hollywood, if you're keeping track.
How come?
Just the meaning behind it. I don't know if Samuel L. Jackson has something to do with it, but I just love saying It's a perfect expression when you're angry.
He's right, by the way, and I think that is the Samuel L. Jackson effect. Is that that guy? No one looks cooler saying that word than that guy.
Well, you can see and hear his satisfaction while he's saying it.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson. You can hear it in him too because it's just so satisfying when it rolls off the tongue, and it's usable in so many different contexts.
This guy is making the argument, and there's a lot of different arguments for what is the best curse word, what is the greatest word. But America curses more than any other country, so we'll get to the bottom of that later this morning.
Saying It's a perfect expression when you're angry, happy. I don't know. Say it any way you want. But yeah.
When's the last time you used it?
Today.
When? What'd you say?
Let me see. You wipe your ass.
This guy was walking up to me, and I said, "Who's this?"
I got to avoid this mother effer with a microphone. I don't want to talk to him.
Let me see. You wipe your ass, but it's nonstop. I was like, mother.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right. Well, we'll get into that. In-depth reporting, some street science a little bit later this morning right here on the world famous KROQ. KROQ, we're Klein, Alli show. We got a lot to get to this morning. Let's quickly give you the overview of the show. If you want to spend some of your time with us, could result in you getting 4 tickets to Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. We send you there starting at 9 o'clock and every hour thereafter all day long so you can cool off all summer. We also will get you into, at some point, Belly Laughs Comedy and Food Festival, LA Live. That's happening July 12th and 13th. We got those tickets coming up as well. Allie, who knows, with this rolling jackpot, when she will give you your next $100. It could be any time now. And remember,
same amount of money tomorrow.
Those $500
That's
Fridays
crazy.
starting tomorrow. We got some import-export to get to. Something is happening on an airline, specifically in another country, but I do think it applies here as well. It'll be an import-export vote that we'll get to in a few moments. Is it something that should stay into another land, or should we bring it here to America immediately? We got the summer bucket list. Third day in a row we've been attempting to get to that, but I think today we'll do it. And it says here Klein Spelling Bee, which I'm never a fan of, but because we have the National Spelling Bee going on this week.
Oh, yeah, the finals are tonight, and we've got some local people that have made the final round.
So Allie has been collecting.
Watching it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it?
always interesting.
The words are insane.
Yeah. Allie likes to go through all the emails I've sent about the show and find some of the easiest words that I've misspelled. So much so that my autocorrect doesn't even correct them because that's how badly I've misspelled them, and she likes to bring them up. And today I believe I'm battling Vanessa, who's also misspelled a ton of words in the email.
Yeah.
Now, she claims English is not her first language. It's not her fault. English technically is my first language and my only language.
And your last language, yeah.
It's my first and last. So
I'm going to give you a real word from the show last night.
Please.
All right, here we go.
Your word is colluctation.
I don't think we can say that on the radio. That's what I would just
It
say.
depends on the context.
It's my favorite swear word.
Want me to give you all the information about it?
Sure.
Colluction is a noun. This word is from Latin. It means a struggle. The all-night colluction between Jacob and the angel is one of Beth's favorite Bible stories.
All right, colluction. Go ahead.
I love that it's a Latin Bible term. Like,
I don't know one
how do
word.
they even find these words?
I don't even know one word the guy said when describing the word.
Like, why do they have to make the sentence so confusing?
Yeah, right.
Something about lactose intolerance. Something. I'm already so confused. It's where we started.
All right, I have another word
Does it
that I
start
think
with
is
a
more.
C?
It's got to
up your
start
alley.
with a C word. It's a C word. I would have
Okay,
said
it is a C word.
I would
You're
have
right.
said, I would have said, speaking of C word, where are you coming up with these dumb words?
Yeah.
You're the C word here.
Colluction is what Klein has on his hat.
I think that is. I colluctationed all over myself last night.
Ding, ding, you're right.
Hey, all right. Take that, spelling bee.
Local finalist.
I am a local gold medalist, so we'll get to that later this morning on the show as well. And I can't wait for this, but the ChatGPT robots have officially roasted the show. It'll be the first in a series of Robo Roasts. They've said some terribly mean things about each and every one of us and the way that this show is on a daily basis. So if you're a fan of the roast, like the Tom Brady roast, Netflix, whatever, I think you'll thoroughly enjoy what has been cooked up for us courtesy of ChatGPT. Some Robo Roast coming up later this morning. We'll be right back after this quick break. You can watch us on YouTube as well. Find us there on KROQ's YouTube. More show after this.
KROQ.
Klein.
Alli.
Show. The world famous KROQ.
Klein Alley Show.
KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Tickets for you to go to the Kings. Playoff tickets can be yours, and all you got to do is play a little game with us called Johnny Doesn't Know.
Johnny doesn't know.
And I was like, okay.
Oh, Johnny doesn't know. Oh,
I didn't know Vegas was like in Nevada for like a while.
Johnny doesn't know. Johnny doesn't know.
Gelato sounds like Jello.
Johnny doesn't know.
It like goes wiggles.
You got the LA Kings playoff battle against the Edmonton Oilers on Monday, and we've got your tickets to get into that game right now with some Johnny Doesn't Know. If you predict correctly, Allie will write your name down, and one of you will win the tickets to the game. Johnny, you having fun this morning?
It's a great time, dude. It's like a circus back there. It's like Chuck E. Cheese all over again.
All right, wonderful. Is that because Vanessa was the rat at Chuck E. Cheese?
Vanessa's the rat. We got kids.
She's going to come out of
donuts.
retirement and put on a rat costume?
Oh, yeah.
My kids would be starstruck if they knew she was the Chuck E. Cheese rat.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
they love Chuck E. Cheese?
That would be like a celebrity for
Don't
them.
ruin the surprise for them, though.
That's okay. They know it's a tiny Colombian woman inside.
Stop it.
Hey, let's say hi to Daniel in Los Angeles. Good morning, Daniel.
Good morning. Shout out to the Net Bangers.
All right, Net Bangers, thanks for watching the show as it continues to chug along on YouTube. You can find us there. You can see Allie modeling the brand new Klein Alley Show diaper for Coachella.
Yeah, I had
You
to
can
take
see
it off for a little bit.
All sorts of stuff that happened. Let's get to the first question for Johnny Doesn't Know. All things Kings related, because Kings tickets are up for grabs. Will Johnny know the answer to this question? What are the 4 suits of Kings in a deck of cards? Will Johnny know this, yes or no?
I'm just going to go no by default.
All right.
It's good default.
When in doubt, no is the answer. Johnny, in a deck of playing cards, what are the 4 suits of Kings? He says you will not know. Do you know? Wow, you look so shocked.
Well, I'm thinking because I think you're going to try to like trick me again and be like, but I'm thinking in my head, like, what type of suits do they wear? Like, is it like, there's a king and a queen, but like, what type of suit? Like, if they have the ruffle collar thingy around
you're
their
right.
neck?
You're going the right. Yeah, you're definitely moving in the right direction.
Keep going. You're on the right track.
I'm definitely not in the right direction then if you're saying, yeah, I'm in the right direction.
Johnny's
Not
getting
going
smarter.
there.
All right, so the first suit is ruffle. What are the 4 suits of kings in a deck of cards? That is the
Joker.
question. He said you won't know. Joker. Okay, that's 1.
He's not a king though, but Joker's like in the court world.
Yep.
Queen.
That's 2.
No, that's 3. Joker, king, queen.
Okay, you're right. Sorry about that. That's 3.
And the ace.
And the ace.
The
That's
ace.
That's
You
your
just
answer.
named 4 cards.
Yeah, what were they wearing? I don't know what the queen was wearing. Probably like a dress.
Talk more about the suits.
Okay, so like the king's wearing like the ruffle thingy. The queen's also wearing the ruffle thingy around her neck. But then back then though, they both wore that because it was like ambidextrous to wear that, so they could both wear it.
Well, that is also
Now,
wrong.
Do you know what the word ambidextrous means,
That's not.
Johnny?
Let's
left-handed and right-handed, yeah. But in this case,
Johnny. Let me backtrack here. You're so far off. By the way,
You said I was close
Daniel,
away.
congratulations, you got that right. Johnny,
Thank you.
have you heard about when people say the term suits of the cards have suits?
I don't play cards or gamble or anything. I don't know this world.
Okay. All right.
What is it, though?
You've ever heard of like diamonds, king of diamonds,
spades?
There you go.
There you go.
You got any other ones?
Joker,
Nope.
No.
queen.
All right, Daniel, hold on.
Queen. You're just going back to the same answer.
I
It
don't
was
know
right
what-
before.
Johnny, king.
Everything made more sense when your kids were in here. How is that possible?
It's crazy. I know. Johnny's not my kid, by the way, if you're just joining us.
Wow.
Johnny, diamonds, clubs, spades, and
Cards. I don't know.
all right, forget
Hearts.
it.
Hearts.
Fine.
Oh, hearts.
Let's say hi to Will, Costa Mesa.
Club of Hearts. Okay.
Nope, also wrong.
Wait, what?
Will?
Club of
welcome,
Hearts.
welcome to KROQ. Good morning.
What's up, Klein and Alli?
Hi.
Would you call this an educational show
Sweet
today?
divots.
Sweet divots. All right, the questions are all things about kings. Up for grabs, tickets to see the kings. All you got to do is predict, will Johnny know or not know? This one's dangerous. King Arthur became king after he pulled a what out of a what? Will Johnny know this?
Oh, wow.
No,
Do you know this, Will? Don't say it, but do you know this?
I do.
Okay, I just want to make sure these questions are not impossible. Johnny,
This
King
is probably
Arthur.
the most famous kings.
I would think so too, but Ali, I second guess everything here. Johnny, King Arthur became king after pulling a what out of a what? He says you will not know.
Is it like at Disneyland? Like in Fantasyland? Like in Disneyland, they have that one photo op place where you can pull the little
interesting.
sword
Out of the what?
out of the rock. You pull the sword out of the rock.
Wow.
Right?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
He's looking at me.
Will,
waiting for you to say something.
Will and Costa Mesa, I'm sorry. You said Johnny wouldn't know. And the sword out of the stone.
Stone, yeah.
Yeah,
the sword
that
stone.
is the sword out of the rock. We will accept that as the right answer, even though he didn't know. But still, interesting how he gave us that. But he
I
got it.
right, yeah.
You kind of backed into it just with Disneyland experience, which is interesting. I wasn't
Oh, yeah.
expecting that.
Say hi to Alvin and give him a shot as well. It's Johnny Doesn't Know All Things Kings. Tickets up for grabs to go see the Kings playing hockey on Monday. Playoff Kings hockey. Johnny, here we go. Johnny, this is a Burger King question. Another king.
Yes.
If a Whopper weighs a quarter pound, how many Whoppers would you need to eat a pound of burger? Will Johnny know this? Yes or no?
I have no faith in him. I'm going to say no.
All right, Johnny. If a Whopper weighs a quarter pound, how many Whoppers would you need to eat a pound of burger?
Allison, hand me my paper and pen.
Oh boy, he's
Gotta draw some burgers.
I got to
There you
draw
go.
the burger actually
Draw
first.
some burgers. This is not a joke. You can watch this happen live. If you want to see a man's head look like it's on the verge of exploding, you can check out YouTube right now. Johnny's attempting.
Wait, what burger though?
You've drawn one burger.
It is let's just
Whopper.
call it a Whopper because it's Burger King.
Those are pretty big actually too.
But
He
I've
told you how
the
much.
weight.
Oh wait, how much was it?
Quarter pound.
A quarter pound, yeah.
You don't need to draw those tomatoes.
But wait,
That's better with tomatoes.
yeah, cheese or no cheese?
Have it your way.
Vanessa's yelling in my ear that we are way behind on time, so you need an answer kind of quickly. How many quarter pound hamburgers from Burger King would you have to eat 1 pound of burger? He says you will not know.
A quarter of a pound. Because it's a quarter of a pound. But that's even at McDonald's though. That's not at Burger King. Quarter pound. How much is a quarter pound of a quarter pound burger?
No.
Is a quart.
How
How
many?
many is a pound?
How many would you have to eat to get to a pound?
Oh, 4? 4 cheeseburgers.
Wow.
Al Melvin, you should. I mean, listen, he looks
There
confused.
you go. I love it.
He drew it, and that means only one person was successful in this edition of Johnny Doesn't Know. Daniel.
Yep. Hell yeah.
You're
Woo!
going to go see the Kings play hockey on Monday.
Nice.
Get excited. And
Go, Kings,
thank
go.
you. Quick break. More show after
Thank
this.
you.
These are the numbers to interact with the show and win stuff. 800-520-1067. We are live right now. Don't believe us? Check us out. We are streaming on YouTube as we speak. We'll get to your news, and then a brand new hour of the show can begin. Shortened week means we're already at Thursday. The Prequent is here. And then tomorrow, it's a $500 Friday as a result of the rolling jackpot in Alli Knows the
Klein,
News.
I don't want you to keep saying it because now you're going to promise things that we can't deliver. And that's just obnoxious.
You could deliver that.
I can't give $500. I'm telling you, I don't have $500 to give people. So stop saying it unless you want to pony up the $400.
Well, if we win tomorrow, and that's any of us could win, then we
What are
don't
you
have
doing, the royal we? Like we all win together?
If we win, then we don't have to pay the people.
Fine. Then I will, I guess, study up all night long because I don't have $500 to give.
Hey, it's got a nice ring to it.
I don't, and 500. I don't care about ring. I don't care about, wow, it's such a nice ring. Shut up about the ring.
Did you ask Barb yet what she thinks?
Why don't you put another ring in your nipple, a-hole?
All right, here we go. That didn't take long. The first a-hole called out before 7 a.m. Let's get into your news right now.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, speaking of anger. You guys are stupid assholes.
Hey, calm down.
You know what? I understand her anger and the anger of the woman I'm about to tell you about. Airline problems are more common than ever these days. Just in the last 7 days, we've had lightning strikes on planes, pigeons on planes, an emergency landing because of a sick dog on a plane, and now this woman who hit a kid for calling her a fat Miss Piggy. And these are the things that happen on the flight home from Disney World when all the happiness has died. So these people were related somehow. At least they were traveling in the same group, but it's unclear if this was like the kid's mom or what. But it started with a discussion over taking the kid's phone away for the flight. The kid was not happy about that. Then he said, "Well, you're too fat to sit in the seat, Miss Piggy." And she responded by hitting him with a water bottle and then slamming his head into an airplane window.
Oh.
Whoa. Yeah, dude. You're like, whoa.
She escalated that quickly.
She sure did. And then this was all before takeoff, which they didn't end up doing because they were removed from the flight, and now she's been arrested for child abuse.
Man.
Which is, it's
Get
not
that lady some Lasara.
Yeah, seriously. That's what the kid should have said. Use code Jake 20.
I used to be called Miss Piggy, and then I was being fat shamed by children, but now I'm at the weight that I wanted, thanks to Lasara.
I'm not going to body shame this woman, but it is her own fault. When a child has anything on an airplane, I don't care what it is, that's keeping them calm and quiet.
Let them have it.
Let them have it. Give them another phone. Give them multiple phones.
Yeah, well, I was even reading something about how she wanted to download Uber on his phone, and then he didn't want to download Uber on his phone, and then they got into an argument about the phone, and then she was like, fine, I'm taking it, and then he just went into you can't, when you're taking away something like that, a kid can't control what they do next. You just go to a 10.
Yep.
But then also on the other side of it, when you're being called a fat Miss Piggy and you can't fit in the seat, you can't be held responsible for your actions after that either.
Sure.
I mean, and kid insults really hit different.
Brutally honest. They are brutal honest. They're not afraid about, what's the future going to look like. They're in the moment. This is what you look like. I mean, I went through a whole phase with my kids where they were going up and asking everyone if they were pregnant. I had to shut that down real quick.
Oh, really?
It was a big thing. Men, women, anyone, not even just fat people, just going around, are you pregnant? Is there a baby in there? And every once in a while, they would say to someone that was definitely not pregnant, but super fat. Yeah. And I was like, hey, they say it to everyone, don't take it personally. And the person was crying. So what do you want me to do?
Well, if we all started slamming kids' heads into windows, there'd be a lot less insults going out.
That's a good point.
All right.
That's how they learn.
All right. A local deli has been a staple in Santa Monica for 100 years now, and it is being shut down over some health code violations. A lot of people are upset about this.
I am devastated.
Well, it might reopen again. You don't really know.
Yeah, but the reason it's shut down now, I don't know if I can ever eat there again.
What's the reason?
Well, there's a few reasons that are listed. This is Bay Cities.
Vermin, dude. Bay Cities. The Godmother is one of my favorites.
They're famous for the Godmother sandwich.
It's one of my favorite sandwiches ever, and it's right here in Southern California. It's delicious. I'll even wait in that long line sometimes. They got old school Italian deli, Bay Cities. Now they got Vermin or something.
I love an old Italian deli too, because you can smell like all the olive oil.
Yeah,
but doesn't the vermin kind of add to the flavor? Like, isn't that what it's about?
It was noted by the inspector that there was a vermin infestation.
Oh,
then the restaurant said no, there weren't any rodents.
Good.
But then the health department confirmed that there were cockroaches, which every place has cockroaches.
Especially Santa Monica. They just shut down the air wanted to get shut down there for cockroaches.
There were also issues with food temperature control, sanitation of cooking surfaces, and hand washing practices.
Whatever. It's old Italian. That all flies.
I know. Hand washing? That's BS, right?
Yeah. I feel like some people are grandfathered into it. My grandfather didn't wash his hands. I don't wash my hands.
Totally.
People are cool with that.
And, for some reason, when you see everyone put on those little gloves every time they're making a sandwich,
even
you're like,
Vanessa does that here.
Yeah, I know.
Vanessa was getting that burger ready yesterday for the high voltage food review, the little Diddy burger. She put on, I don't even know where she finds these things. She put on these sanitary little plastic gloves, like she was working behind the register at a Chipotle.
It seems overkill, post-COVID, everybody's doing that, right? It wastes so much time.
It does waste a lot of
Make
time.
my sandwich,
and
man.
It's
so
all flimsy.
good.
They never fit right, so they're always just moving
And
around on
they
your
tear.
hands. Yeah, and they tear so easily. But
I love Jersey Mike's, you know that, but they are they're so aggressive with the safety gloves. They put them on, make a sandwich, take them off, go to the register, take your money, then put a new pair on. Then it's the amount of glove. If I was running a Jersey Mike's, I would just get rid of those gloves altogether.
Sometimes they change gloves between meats.
It's
if they have to switch a meat, they switch the gloves to correspond with the meat.
Out of control.
I know. And I feel like a sandwich, though, if you're going to be upset about the handling of that, they are touching every single part of it's not like they're scooping like a pokey place. They're scooping.
Right, they're touching.
They're touching every part of your meal.
Yeah.
So I understand.
But sometimes they take those gloves, those really flimsy ones, and they can't open them, so they end up blowing into them to even open them. And they go... and I'm like, where's the point of you wearing this glove now? You've just spit all over this thing for 10 minutes to try to open it. Let's calm down with this.
And then just a quick congrats to Cassie Ventura, who after her Diddy testimony, she had started showing some labor signs, and now she has given birth to her baby. So this is her third child, and this is with her husband, Alex Fine. They welcomed a son, so congrats to them. And I would imagine that after you're done on the witness stand, that's such a stressful experience. Her body was probably waiting for that to be over, because she was at term, I think. Yeah. And then to be like, all right, dude, I can finally let loose and release, and then boom, water breaks.
I would have loved that picture, that little courtroom sketch of her giving birth right there in the courtroom.
Of the water breaking.
Of the water break, and we get into.
Why are those getting worse, by the way?
I don't know.
I think she's tired.
Goes on. Yeah. It's just that one lady or whoever it is.
Yeah.
Either
I think they should just televise it at this point.
Either he's aging horribly, or her chalk drawings are getting so much worse every day. We get into a brand new hour of the show. We do it right now. Here we go.
Alli Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning and welcome to KROQ. We are Klein Alli Show. Pleasure to meet you. Perhaps you're finding us for the very first time. You're back to KROQ for the first time in a while. You will probably not like us at first, and then by day 3, you take the 3-day challenge, you will tolerate, and then potentially by day 5, you'll be like, you know what? I found my people. That's all we want to be, is someone's people.
People to baby.
I am Klein. That is Alli.
Morning.
You got the DJ Omar Khan right there.
Hello.
Longtime fixture, staple here at KROQ. Then you got the Jake Z Nerd. In the back room, Postmaster Johnny, who apparently got drunk for the first time ever recently. He did not know the feeling of being drunk until he got drunk, and we'll hear about that. And then there's Vanessa. And Vanessa, I know that you're not excited about the Robo Roast we've got coming up later this morning. But we did ask ChatGPT to roast the show, and all of these jokes were 100% written by AI. We didn't write any of the jokes. Vanessa was very much, I don't know how she's so well known by AI, but Alli, if you listen to this joke, she was actually part of the joke. And Vanessa, I think you're going to really enjoy how much AI likes you, and we'll get to all this later this morning, but here's one of the many jokes that we can look forward to from AI.
Alli is so cheap she brings Tupperware to brunch, just in case they have free bread.
This is more, they start mocking Alli for being cheap.
That's not a joke, that's just a fact.
Alli doesn't think that's a joke, but they do go into how cheap Alli is. But then listen to this.
Also, she loves brunch because she's a basic bitch. Alli is so white. Producer Vanessa tried to snort her.
Oh, my God. I mean, that's an unbelievable joke.
That is great.
Like, I'm telling you, human writers are screwed because that is a level A quality roast joke.
So
and
what did you just put in, like, a picture of our show?
Yep.
And they just, wow.
Picture, and it just said roast Klein Alli Show KROQ. And the things that AI knows about this show is absolutely insane.
See?
But this is listen to this. This is a level A joke, and then it becomes a level A plus joke. And this is all written by AI.
Producer Vanessa tried to snort her, but she wasn't tall enough to reach the top of the straw.
I mean, it's just an unbelievable joke.
Omar, do you still hate AI? This is great.
This is pretty good. I will say that.
Vanessa,
yeah,
what do you
I like
think?
the use for this. Yeah.
What do you think about AI, Vanessa?
Very creative.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Alli is
boom, what a comeback.
Alli is so white. Vanessa tried to snort her, but she was too short to reach the top of the straw.
That's like,
Level
I could
A.
see that Nikki Glaser telling that joke on Comedy Central.
She wishes
easily.
she could be that funny. So anyway, we'll get to that coming up later this morning as well. It's the official Robo Roast of the show, so get ready for that. We kick things off, though, with some Papa Roach on the World Famous KROQ. K-Rock, we are Klein Alli Show. Some of the greatest things on planet Earth, especially the things we have here in America, didn't start here in America. Everything from meatballs to menage a trois started elsewhere. And we decided, let's import those right here to America, and we have a new thing that is happening in another country. And we need to make a decision right now. Should we import this, or should we leave it where it is, the old export?
And this one comes from the country of Turkey. And this cracks down on something that is a huge problem here in America, and I think everywhere in the world, and it's one of the most annoying things about flying.
You will hear this, and then in a moment let us know on the text line if this should be an import or an export.
So, when you all land, the most annoying thing that happens is, even as a plane is still taxiing to the gate, people are starting to do the mad dash for the exit. They already want to get up. They want to bum rush you. They don't want to wait for their turn, their row. They just want to grab their bag and beeline it to the front because they have to be the first person off the plane. It's super annoying.
Even when they turn off the seatbelt sign, like when the plane makes that final, like you can now hear that it's been connected to the jet bridge or whatever. The person that jumps up within a millisecond and sprints 9 rows.
Oh, it's like click, 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 click. Everyone's opening the bins. They're getting stuff out. And then it's supposed to be your turn to leave, but they're just going to cut you off and go right to the front because they matter more than you do. Well, this law in Turkey, well, I guess it's new policy. They're going to start fining people for that. So you could be punished if you get up in the aisles and don't let the person ahead of you go first. And if especially you are getting up while the plane is still taxiing to the gate, you could be fined up to $67 if you fail to abide by their rules. And this is coming from the Turkish Directorate General of Civil Aviation, which sounds super fancy and cool.
You know, what's interesting about this is there was a conversation. I was reading about all these things that airlines are discussing as ways to, charge us more for stuff. And there was a discussion, just like people sometimes pay extra to board early. There was a discussion about would passengers pay extra to exit early? Would you be open to, similarly to how they board the plane where they announce your group?
It's such a small space at that point.
You're right. It absolutely is.
And everyone crowds to get on the plane, which is also annoying. Even if they're in the C group or D group, they're still right around the area where people are supposed to be forming a line, and that's annoying.
So they're the gate lice, as they're called.
Yes.
Right? The gate lice. And the D group is the worst. And no offense, I'm a D grouper myself, but I just wait until, there's nothing else right before they're about to shut that door down, and then I get on. Most people, the D group just stands around up front right early and gets in the way of everyone.
Well, how about this? How about instead of people paying for privileges, you earn them and you earn money off for good behavior? So
I like that idea.
If you are flying and you're like, okay, you're the guy that sat in the window seat, you never got up once, didn't even ask for a snack, you didn't bother anybody, you kept your headphones on, kept to yourself, you get off the flight, and you get reviewed on your behavior, and if you have good behavior, you can get, $20 or $30 off your flight or something.
I like that. Or if you bring some stanky-ass food on, right away you get some sort of a penalty. I mean, there's a lot of ways they could fine us, and as you know, they're trying to nickel and dime for pretty much everything, but the concept that, at least in Turkey, if you get up and try to jump early when the plane lands and gets to the gate, and you jump 3 rows up, 4 rows up to try to sneak off the plane, a total of, what would that be, 2 minutes before you would have normally, that they will give you a fine. Is that something that we should import and put on all airlines, or do we keep it in Turkey?
Absolutely import.
Ali's a strong vote import. Omar? Import, export.
I don't know, man, because I think the people that have money are going to be dicks, and they're going to just go up there and the fine doesn't matter to exactly, right?
Fine,
so
take my $67
anyway.
No, not that much money. Dude, there'll be people in coach or just who just have that money and be like, you know what? I just need to get off the plane. I don't care.
That's like Jake.
It's going to raise more issues, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jake has no problem paying the bag fees at grocery stores. He feels he's a bag millionaire.
I got bag money for days.
They want to charge 10 cents a bag. Jake buys extras because he loves it.
only needs one bag for his beans and water.
Do you need an extra bag for your beans and water, sir?
Are you sure you need a bag? Yes, I want it.
For beans and a bag for water.
Can you double bag that, please?
Jake says,
water's
bag
heavy.
Beans, bitch.
I got unlimited bag funds. But there are people that will treat this fine like bag money because they go $67. In the world of fines, to get a fine for flying, $67 does feel a little low.
I think it should be at least $100.
It's not a threatening enough fine to get someone to stop doing that behavior.
Yeah. Well, and then they also had the whole, if you stand up in the aisles and don't let someone eat in front of you, you will maybe be punished.
I think they should have a sharpshooter, like in the front of the plane,
Jesus.
and anybody who gets up, they risk getting shot.
That's a good idea. Well, they got those
just
air
a graze, not like a lethal wound.
Yeah, those air marshals are just sitting around doing mostly nothing. At least they could occasionally just graze someone's ear to give them a little spook shot.
You could tag that person and be like, they're going to be randomly selected for security check next time.
Oh, that's great. There's nothing more annoying
And
than
just
that.
every
That would
single
suck
time.
ball. Yeah, totally.
Search.
All right, well, you can vote import or export. It's happening in Turkey. Maybe it'll start happening here. Anyone who jumps up to try to get off the plane early.
All those bald guys who just went to Turkey for their hair
Yeah,
transplants.
those guys can't jump up early because they're all gauzed up. They got that new head of hair that just flew
Sit
over
down
there
now,
for.
Baldy.
Turkish hairlines. We take a quick break. We'll be back with more show and the results of this instant poll. Import-export after this.
All week, KROQ soaks your summer. Apply your SPF 1067 from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and get your pick. A used third-generation slip and slide we got from a lady on the internet. Or a 4-pack of tickets to Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. Dive into a world of excitement with thrilling water rides, slides, and pools. Or get a nice grass burn on your knees and drink from your garden hose. Your choice. Keep listening to win. Courtesy of Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. Slip and slide not available.
KROQ. Hey, it's Jake from...
Brad Williams is in the studio right now, and he's all strapped in. He just informed us off the air that he has never agreed to participate in a lie detector test ever before.
I just want my lawyer to hear that.
Should I call your wife, or would you like to call your wife to
No,
have her
because
ask?
she's already on her way over.
Oh, okay.
As soon as she heard Brad's hooked up to a lie detector machine, she left the kid, left the dogs, and she's on her way over here right now.
And she could kick your ass in 5 seconds flat.
Darn right.
Just so you know, because you've never met John before, this is John Grogan. This guy is at Lie Detector Guys on Instagram. He will go to your house if you think there's if affairs happening. He will go ahead and get to the bottom of that. He claims, by the way, certifiedpolygraph.com. He doesn't need to earn his plugs. We give them to him for free. But John, thanks for being back here. Mr. Energy. If you could just talk into the microphone.
The charisma is oozing off of John.
Can you get in the microphone so people know you're here and just say something?
John's playing it cool because he knows that I have a crush on him, right, John?
True. That's a fact right there. John, are you boned up a little bit, or?
Yeah, no,
He's nodding. Okay.
You can see all these on the YouTube live
Yeah, I
stream.
recommend you check us out on YouTube now because John's not going to say a lot of words.
Tons of radio experience with this guy.
This guy's crushing.
awesome.
He slays. All right, Brad, so here's what's going to happen. We have 10 questions here about things we've always wanted to know from you. And these are going to get personal, but also these are going to be about the previously working relationship we once had.
Yes.
And why that ended, because we never really got answers. And every time you agree to answer a question, you will get to plug one of your upcoming shows or products.
Love it.
Or whatever other podcasts, or I don't even know what you're into these days. You're very popular.
Yes.
But keep in mind, if you refuse to answer a question, then John will stare at you with that crazy dead eye stare.
That's the worst thing about it.
I know. It is intimidating.
But I think that's why he makes it he's such a good lie detector guy, because just his presence can make you a little nervous or bring your baseline to like, well, I better not lie because this guy will definitely catch me.
John to me is like when you walk past the drug sniffing dog at the airport and you don't have any drugs, but you're like, I'm pretty sure I have drugs. The way the dog's looking at me, I'm pretty sure I have drugs.
Why is he sniffing like that? It's going to bark. I've done drugs before. It's going to pick up on it. So any lie you've even thought about telling, John will tell you. John, what percentage accurate is this test?
Almost 100.
Almost 100% accurate.
Almost 100. All right.
Get ready for this. Alli, whenever you're ready, we can officially kick off the intro for some Lie Day Friday. So here we go. It's an official Lie Day Friday with Brad Williams, and it starts right now.
You sit on a throne of lies.
Why is it lie after lie after lie?
The only thing I know for sure is you're a goddamn liar. It's a lie.
You're a parasite of lies, and I am your worst enemy.
Friday, Friday, Lie Day Friday.
Brad is on the machine. John, do you need to ask a tester question, or you want me to do that from my end?
We'll have you do that.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get... There we go. Here we go. Brad, you claim that you do not like St. Paddy's Day.
Correct.
Is that true, or do you just do that for comedy?
Oh, I just do that for comedy. I like getting
you have no problem.
Actually, it's fine. It's totally fine.
It's a fine holiday.
We're gonna break down all of Brad's jokes from every single one of his specials.
You're gonna find out exactly.
Just Brad stands for nothing.
Did you really yell Hadougan at a guy that cut off your mom in traffic?
Wait, so this is a serious question, Brad. What is your current height?
4'4", 52 inches.
Okay. John, is it calibrated?
It's calibrated.
Okay.
That's fast.
There we go. Calibrates quickly.
Terrifying.
All right, John. Brad, I'm going to ask you these questions, and then John's going to keep track of your answers. Then we'll go through and see which ones you told the truth about. Are you ready to go?
Ready to go.
All right, question 1. Brad Williams, do you ever take advantage of your height in times when you shouldn't, but you do anyway?
Yes.
Do you have an example of that?
I have a handicap parking placard.
and you don't really need it.
No. Look at me. I
can walk.
The government says I'm handicapped, but I'm not really handicapped.
Question
So yeah.
2.
And you get to best seating at every concert. Probably,
1,000%. Oh my god!
I just saw
Best.
Brad. He was at the Disturbed show, I think, recently.
I was.
And
Great show.
He had better seats than the band.
Yeah.
He was
They're like, whoa, sorry, man. Go ahead.
closer than David Draymond. Funny, Brad writes, I am down with the sickness. My sickness is dwarfism. So funny. All right, question 2. John Grogan's here. You can see this all happening live on YouTube right now. KROQ's YouTube. Brad Williams in the hot seat, strapped in. He's got the probes all over his body.
I do.
Brad, have you ever stolen a joke? Knowingly stolen a joke?
Yes.
Whoa.
In my 3rd time on stage, there's a wonderful comedian. He's still doing it. His name is Johnny Sanchez, and he had a great Comedy Central Presents. And it was my 3rd time on stage. So I was like, yeah, I could do that. That sounds really great. And I did. I later told Johnny about it once I had stopped doing the joke.
Right.
And we had a good laugh. But I think he laughed uncomfortably. I think he was like, you what?
Yeah, that doesn't go well.
But that still happens frequently, doesn't it? Not for you, but like in the stand-up
I was
comedy
like,
world.
No. But in the comedy community, yeah, it's still like it's weird. You could always tell what comedian is really breaking by what the younger comedians are imitating. So like there was a time when every young comedian was like Dane Cook, and there's a time when everyone was like Anthony Jeselnik, and now everyone's trying to be Rogan. So it's really interesting seeing how that like personality bleeds into it.
Everyone's trying to be Rogan.
Everyone's trying.
What a time to be
A lot of people are
alive.
trying to riff like Rife. That's
They're
the
like,
big one.
I want to
too.
have boob sweat like Joe Rogan.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Question 3. Brad, you used to work with Alli and I, and then you quit.
Yes.
Did you leave our radio show together for your own comedy career, or because you found Alli to be an unfunny lesbo?
Hey.
Definitely for my own comedy career. That's why I left. I knew that radio it's fun, but it wasn't the thing for me. So that's absolutely why I left.
John's taking notes on that one. I don't think that's the truth.
She can't be because Allie's funny.
Right. Clearly not. Do you, Brad, you've got a hot sauce out. I'll let you plug it now because you've answered 3 of these right already.
Yes.
It's called Death by Dwarf.
Yes.
Comes in 5 flavors.
Yes. My favorite is the mango ginger habanero. I like it, but if you like something a little spicier, ghost pepper, we do have that. Get the hot sauce, BradWilliamsComedy.com. Yes, my people aren't just making cookies and chocolates. Now we ventured into hot sauces.
Cool.
So question 4, do you actually like your hot sauce, or is this just a cash grab?
I do like it. Mango ginger habanero is my favorite. Pineapple habanero is solid. I don't like the really spicy ones, like the ghost pepper. I'm not that. That's not my thing.
So it's not just a cash grab?
It's not just a cash grab, no.
John is monitoring you. Brad is hooked up to the lie detector test. It's Lie Day Friday at KROQ. Brad Williams is in here. You'll find out where you can see him live, but only if he answers this next question. Have you ever talked S about us, Klein Alli Show, to any other morning shows?
Yes.
What? You douche!
Unbelievable.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
So they're like, those guys suck, don't they? And you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bob and Tom got all the stories. They got all the stories about you guys.
Man.
Speaking of radio, this is going to be a tough one, and I think this is going to potentially ruin our friendship.
Oh, boy.
Which Kevin is your favorite Kevin currently working at KROQ?
Currently working at KROQ? Well, Klein, obviously. Yeah, you're my favorite Kevin.
But you know Kevin Ryder is back at KROQ now.
Oh, he's back at KROQ?
Yes.
Yeah, Klein. Yeah.
Really?
Klein is my favorite.
I don't even need the lie detector test. I can see he's lying. Like, it's unbelievable the way he's saying
As he looks to
that.
every other part of the room.
Because you have known me longer
Yes.
than Kevin Ryder.
Yeah, I went to Brazil with Kevin Ryder. That was fun. We went to Brazil for the World Cup. But yeah, no, Kevin Klein. Absolutely, my
This
favorite
is not
Kevin.
a question. Stop saying it absolutely. It makes it sound like such a lie.
100%.
Didn't we determine that people are lying the most when they say, "Oh yes, 100%,
Yeah, absolutely, 100%." I gotta tell you, I'll tell you the truth right now, followed by a big lie.
Yeah.
Thanks. All right, John, you're monitoring. Have there been lies told so far?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Wait, so that means he's lying? Absolutely.
He's lying. All right, the questions are getting hot now.
Like my hot sauce.
How far?
Death by dwarf.
How far?
Brad Williams.
KROQ, Klein, Alli show. If the theme of this show is that you laugh at our expense, well, then I think you're going to enjoy what we have in store for you right now. It is an entire roast about this show that was written and will be performed by robots. It's a Robo Roast.
In addition to the crap that we say on a daily basis here on the live show, we have some of us have tried our hand at stand-up comedy, and usually that is mockable and laughable as well. We've gone through Vanessa's stand-up, Jake's stand-up.
Vanessa's stand-up was the best because we forced her to do it, and we wrote all the jokes, and even though she technically bombed...
No,
I don't think she bombed.
She didn't bomb at all. And the person who, the scout or whatever, the guy who worked at the comedy club, talked to her one-on-one and said she's got some real potential. She just has to take some classes.
Was that at the Laugh Factory? Where did you do that, Vanessa? Was that
Flappers.
Flappers. Oh. I thought she had Laugh Factory potential.
Here, want to hear one of her jokes?
Sure, I'd love to.
Here we go.
I just flew in from Colombia and my arms are really tired. You want to know why? Because I just carried a bunch of cocaine. So yeah. What was the follow-up to that?
It's crushed it.
It's the delivery when you do this. So yeah.
Yeah, and she was like, playing with her suspenders at that point. It was good.
That Molly mom is not going to like this cocaine material she was doing. So this basically all we said to ChatGPT was, why don't you go ahead and write an entire roast about Klein Alli show on KROQ? And they had no problem coming up with ways to make fun of us. It's time for the first ever and potentially last ever Robo Roast. Here we go. And just so you know, this will be new to all of us, but I hope there's no swearing, and if there is, Omar, I don't know, does ChatGPT swear? Do we know?
Mine doesn't.
If there is...
I think if you ask them to, they probably would.
Okay, well, we have to have our finger on the dump button because we'd like to not get fired as a result of the first ever Robo Roast of our show. Here we go.
If Klein Alli's show were a breakfast, it'd be cold gas station coffee and a slightly stale donut.
Oh.
Technically edible, occasionally funny, but you kind of hate yourself afterward.
Hilarious.
It's not great.
So are we the people in the front row that are being heckled right now?
I think we're being heckled by the robot. But I mean, this is just using whatever they could find out about us online. So
Klein delivers jokes like he's reading cue cards in a hostage video. Alli laughs like she's heard the punchline 4 times already and still doesn't get it.
Oh.
Together, they have the dynamic of co-workers who carpool out of necessity.
That's kind of funny.
That's great. I like the way you deliver jokes. That's so true.
I do deliver jokes like I'm in a hostage video. Thank you for that. Thanks, ChatGPT.
Why you blink like that, man?
And how does it ChatGPT know that just based on your picture?
Well, no, I think it also
like listens to the
It takes
show?
information from like the internet and stuff. Yeah.
So I'm sure it's probably a combination of reviews that have been written about the show, things that have been said about us. I'm sure they pick up their information from everywhere. Whenever you're ready, ChatGPT, you can go ahead and continue. Alli, start that again at the beginning. I don't know what's playing from your computer, but it's all weird. Here we go.
There's something playing.
What?
There's something playing that's different than. Hold on a second.
Oh boy, we had this. It was such a well-oiled machine until a moment ago, and then it all fell apart.
No, it's happening.
I'm delivering this like a hostage, guys.
Alli laughs like she's heard the punchline 4 times already and still doesn't get it. Together, they have the dynamic of co-workers who carpool out of necessity.
Oh, great, we heard that.
The segments jump from chaotic games to weird therapy sessions to low-effort pop culture takes.
See, this just kind of hurts, to be honest. Like, I know it's trying to roast us, but some of these actually do dig deep.
To low-effort pop culture takes. It's less of a show and more of a fever dream that accidentally got syndicated.
Oh,
Joke's
you
on
wish
you.
we were syndicated.
We're not syndicated. We are local. So
Misinformation, ChatGPT.
yeah, you wish we were syndicated, but
we
guess
used
what?
to be.
They canceled that quickly. So, joke's on you. We are only here in Southern California and on a crappy app called the Odyssey app. All right? So, you think you're making
Get
fun
your
of us.
information straight, robot.
The show has all the intellectual depth of a Red Bull mixed with regret. Every segment feels like it was written at 4:59 a.m. by someone Googling what is relatable.
Oh, damn.
That's actually a good idea. We should start doing that.
I bet if we asked ChatGPT what is relatable, we could come up with some great content ideas.
I'm drinking a Red Bull with regret right now.
Yeah, that's Jake's favorite drink, Red Bull and regret.
Morning
Alli
fuel.
is so cheap she brings Tupperware to brunch, just in case they have free bread. Also, she loves brunch because she's a basic bitch. Alli is so white, producer Vanessa tried to snort her.
It's a great joke. It's an absolute great joke. I love it.
But she wasn't tall enough to reach the top of the straw.
So good. That's my favorite one.
That's like a real roast joke. And
Did you just whisper boo, Vanessa?
Yeah.
Vanessa's booing now? All right.
Klein is the kind of guy who thinks sarcasm is a personality.
Oh.
He is so hairy and full of creases, Alli tried to eat it.
Oh, my God.
Funny. Yeah, I would. I'll lick it too.
The robots call me a vagina? I don't like that.
That's right. Alli loves pussy. And there is no bigger pussy than Klein.
Whoa.
He once cried during his daughter's graduation.
Whoa!
Probably because he sucks.
That's not even a joke.
But it's pretty funny.
It is funny because, all of a sudden he just takes a turn and it's like blunt facts.
Yeah, bitch boy.
Yeah.
Probably because he sucks? That's the best that AI could come up with?
That's good.
Well, you know what? It is covering billions of points of data from the internet. So the internet thinks you're a pussy and knows that you cried when your kid sang a song at a graduation.
I cried because my daughter graduated kindergarten or whatever.
You suck.
In conclusion, Klein Alli Show isn't morning radio. It's white noise with Wi-Fi. The only thing worse than listening to this show is realizing you voluntarily tuned in. Twice. It's like a car crash made of dad jokes, failed bits, and unresolved tension that smells faintly like Axe body spray and failed ambitions. Also, they have a hobo that lives at the studio named Jake with massive boobs, and they are produced by a child.
Oh, cool.
Man.
I live in a shack.
That's...
Get it right.
Terrible joke.
All right, thank you. That's a full-on roast of the show, as performed and written by ChatGPT.
And that was just the first set. Think
Just
about when AI gets his reps in.
Wow, the Robo Roast of the Klein Alli Show. I don't know if we'll ever recover. A burn. Jeff Ross will be on next, the retort. Thank you for the people that are continuing to roast us on the text line. We're seeing all of these, and they mean a lot to us, including this one that Alli looks like one of the kids from Dance Moms. So you got that going for
What does that even mean?
That-
I'm hurt.
Now Allie's hurt. She doesn't even know what that show is. I don't think you
I
want to
don't
look
even know how to be insulted, but I am.
I think you don't want to look like one of the moms. I think being one of the kids is okay. I don't think you want to look like one of the moms from
I'm
that
sure
show.
there's a weird kid on that show that I look like.
Summer's unofficially here, and apparently people like to put together their summer bucket list, which is something that Omar's been talking about now for a while. It's something he does with his own daughters to make sure that they don't just sit around for the next 2 months and accomplish nothing. They have
Yeah, we were kind of going over it last evening, and we added crocheting and baking. My older daughter wants to get those two done during the summer.
Like learn how to do it, or just like finish a project?
No. Crochet a couple of different things, and also bake a couple of Yeah.
Bunch
So
of
she wants to get into
overachievers.
baking too.
Omar's a bunch of overachievers in that
You're
house.
just bullying and teasing his children?
No, I'm
By the way,
talking
these are basic things, dude. It's not like
You know what
overachieving anything.
That's-
How hard is it to bake a cake?
If you crocheted one thing over the course of the summer, I would think that would be like full summer. That would take up the whole summer.
No, I think you just do it while you're watching TV. Isn't that what they're doing?
No. I tried. It's hard.
Yeah,
you have to concentrate. They sell starter kits, so they're going to start with these starter kits, and then they're going to venture off through their own. And there's a bunch of YouTube videos and tutorials that they watch while they do it.
Don't kids just do what run around and do drugs and wrestle?
What?
Oh yeah, my kids don't do the drugs, but yeah, yesterday they were running around the yard. They were all like totally bored, but I got them to do some activities.
How many things are on this bucket list that because it seems almost like...
We haven't finalized everything yet, but reading certain books are on there. Like I said, baking, crocheting. What did my younger one wants to do? My younger one wants to learn how to play the xylophone. So the xylophone, and they all kind of don't have to be super serious. They can be silly like the xylophone thing.
Oh, the xylophone's easy. You just go bing, boom, boom,
right,
boom,
exactly.
boom.
But it's on there, and it's, I think, teaching them that you should set goals for yourself in life.
So Omar challenged us. He's got some things now, and these are not all ones he's given his kids, but we're all going to attempt to accomplish over the next between now and let's call it Labor Day.
So
Things
we're having our own summer bucket list.
But
Well, it is popular now to do your own stuff, and not just for kids. Adults are like, "Hey, here's what I want to accomplish this summer." It's almost like a secondary New Year's resolution. Like, "Hey, I'm going to apply myself, and I'm going to make my life better."
So give me one of these things you'd like us to each do, because the reality is we're going to have a competition on the show and see which one of us, if any of us, can accomplish all of these things.
Yeah, and some of these are fun, and some of them are, all of them, I think, are easily accomplished. You could accomplish them, no problem.
Not me.
The first one, I think everybody will be able to do, and it's going to be fun, and it's just go on a road trip.
Oh, easy. I do that every summer.
Does that count when I drive home after the show?
No,
you got to be. I'm going to say you have to drive 6 hours plus.
Whoa!
6 hours?
Yes, for an official road trip. Like, you have to go to like Yosemite. Like, if you're going all the way to Yosemite, I think that counts as a legit road trip.
How about Santa Monica to downtown LA on a Friday afternoon?
I don't think so.
That's 6 hours. Could be.
You probably get to Yosemite first.
Yeah, I probably would. A 6 hour road trip?
Yeah, that is a long road trip.
Go to Utah.
My cutoff
like for me, like if you're going to Vegas, that doesn't count. That's not a road trip. That's just going to Vegas.
That doesn't count as a road trip?
All right.
No.
People say all the time, let's road trip to Vegas. That's
a drive.
But
that's
I also
not a road
think
trip.
a road trip needs to be more than one stop. You can't just be like, "Hey, here's one place." Great,
that's a
we went
good
to
point,
Vegas.
Alli.
Great.
Yeah, you have to stop at some of these like
Greatest
alien
ball of
jerky
twine
place
or whatever. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
With my wife's bladder, that's from my house to Best Buy is multiple stops. Okay, that doesn't mean any sort of distance.
All right.
But okay, fine. A road trip
That's
of some variety.
easily doable, man.
I'm already-
You could knock that out on one day. You could do that.
Like when Jake drove to Texas to try to see the eclipse.
That was a road trip.
Hell yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was a hell of a road trip.
Not only a road trip, that was the worst road trip ever.
Yeah.
But
also, driving through Texas sucks.
But he didn't stop at all, so I would argue that doesn't make it a road trip, because I think that the point of a road trip is you do stop and do some things along the way. Jake went straight through the night.
Yeah, but he also was traveling so far that I think because of the distance alone, it makes it a road trip.
Yeah, and he had to get there to not see the eclipse. So
he had to get there to look at the clouds.
It was a train wreck and a road
clouds.
trip.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Got real dark.
I like this.
Okay, this is one that you guys might have an issue with, a problem with. I have already read done this several times, and it's read a book.
Can I listen to
read
it?
a book. Nope. You got to officially open up the page and read the words on the page.
What about a book of crossword puzzles?
Nope. And it's got to be, I'm going to say 250 pages plus.
What?
Yes. It can't be one of these 100-page books. That's not reading.
But I do think that reading and listening to books is an accomplishment too. What if I do 3 audiobooks equals 1 regular book?
No. You have to lay down by the beach. And also, you can make this a relaxing experience. You lay out by the pool. You could go through
Do it
a
while
book.
you're driving.
Wow,
Yeah,
exactly.
if I can learn, yeah.
Omar, coloring books count?
No.
A
legit book.
With words.
With words.
Not
it
a
could
booklet.
Be, somebody you admire, an autobiography. It doesn't matter what kind of context, science fiction, whatever. It doesn't
Can't
matter
do it.
as long as you're reading the book.
If I can't do it. If I saw 250 pages, I would put it right back down. It's too overwhelming.
What?
I'm being serious.
Some of those For Dummies books are over 250 pages.
Well, maybe reading for dummies.
Okay.
I hope that's a lot of pictures in that one. I don't really, I mean,
right.
both of these sound terrible to me.
Okay, what's
but-
number 3?
Okay, number 3 is also, I think, something very easy, and it'll also make you grow as a person. And this is do something that you've never done before.
Well, I'd be reading the book. So I'd be 2 birds.
The first 2 things.
2 birds, 1 stone right there.
You've read a book before.
Not all the way through. So that
Come on,
would
and
be,
this is something you could incorporate, Klein, with your both of you guys, with your kids. They're constantly discovering things. So why not go with your kid and discover something together, something new that you guys are going to experience?
So this is a new place or a new hobby or it can be anything.
New anything.
Well, not a new place. It's something you've never done before. So, like if you've never,
When I kiss a lesbian.
There you go.
But
Jake, good job.
that counts.
Jake, but it didn't start yet. It doesn't start till Omar gives us the bucket list, summer bucket list.
So you have to kiss another lesbian.
Kiss more lesbians.
Okay.
Yeah, go out and have an experience of some sort.
You've never done
Also,
before.
I'm not going to limit to, like, if you've never played the guitar before, well, play the guitar.
Right. Or like I've never done Molly on a Wednesday. Like
There you go.
you can do
Great.
that.
Write that down.
Sure,
You know
I like that.
You know, would love that. That mom listens to the
She
show.
loves Molly.
She
For
loves
sure, yeah.
Wednesday Molly Day. Wait,
And,
can we, for instance, can these things overlap? Like if you're on the road trip and you say, I'm stopping at this gas station, I've never stopped there before. Does that
No, that does not count. That does not count. That is
I've never
cheating.
taken Highland and then cut back over to La Brea.
Yeah, I could do that. I've never done that before. All right, so now that's the 3rd thing. If you'd like to do the summer bucket
All
list,
right.
Omar,
And
he's the king of the bucket list.
through the summer before Labor Day, I might add another 1 or 2 that'll be kind of fun. But the last one for today is you have to skinny dip somewhere.
Oh man,
somewhere
I have
like-
to go to my community pool.
That's so great.
Oh man,
Can't wait till
yeah.
Alli gets thrown out of her community for that.
And Klein, you've already done this before, so you just have to do it again. Didn't you do this in Mexico?
Skinny dipping does feel very nice.
Yeah, I do like. I'm a big fan of the skinny. I don't like getting in or out, but once you're in, it does feel nice.
Dealing with the bathing suit is the worst part of swimming.
I agree.
We're like, I gotta get my bathing suit, then it's all wet, gotta take it off.
Skinny dipping can be in a backyard pool, private pool, or it has to be somewhere public.
I think we're going to go somewhere public. Yeah, you can
Great.
find, a lake or a lagoon or, maybe the beach. You could, kind of like get there before everybody is.
I did.
And by the
All those
way,
lagoons around.
There's so many lagoons.
yeah,
I'm on a road trip to all the lagoons this summer.
A lagoon road.
there's got to be a lagoon somewhere around here, right?
There is a lagoon. You went to a lagoon recently, Klein. The Malibu
The Laguna
Lagoon.
Beach.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did go there, and that Malibu Lagoon I didn't realize because there was not a lot of people in the water, and I was like, "Yeah, it's great. No one's in the water except me." And then everyone said the water apparently is all unhealthy right now
Great place to skinny dip. No one will be there.
because of the fires. So all right, well there you go. 4 items off of Omar's summer bucket
Very
list.
doable.
Very doable.
I don't know.
And I think they will all upgrade your summer, except for the reading part.
The reading part sucks. Someone said that you should
I'll fall asleep. That's my problem.
read the new Mark Hoppus book, which I would do, but I bet you that's not 250 pages. No way. He wrote
I bet you it is.
Yeah, this 818 said it's great and it's an easy read.
Look up how long the new Mark Hoppus.
That's how
book
the
is.
Dave Grohl book I read was. It was about 250 pages, and I read it over one weekend because it was so captivating.
I don't want to get to the end of the book and realize I'm only at 235 pages and then it doesn't count. If I read a book that didn't count, forget it.
Just read the introduction again until you get to 250.
Yeah, I mean this. All right, so there you go. We'll post this. People asking, but we'll post it. There's only 4 things. Keep track of it.
So we need book recommendations, is what we're
400
saying.
pages long. phone.
Whoa.
There you go.
Right, so I'm going to
That'll
read
count.
half of that.
So commit to it. Is that what you're going to do?
Just read
No,
it.
that's your
Yeah,
book, dude.
quit.
That's your book. Commit to it.
I haven't decided which book I'm going to commit to yet. I don't want to commit to it.
Jesus, you're just going to go, this one is 251. Nope, can't do this one.
I got to look at the cover
Someone
first.
Google what is the best 250 page book out there that has the most pictures and the biggest font.
Oh, man.
That is the biggest waste of my time.
That's the one I'm going to get to. All right, there's your summer bucket list. We will see who can accomplish these first, and then they will win some sort of a massive prize. I don't know what it'll be.
I'll let Allie just do audiobooks if she promises not to skinny dip.
I agree. That's a great trade.
Klein, Alli Show.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 FM.
KROQ. Helpful Honda Sound Space. Locals only spotlight with Miles the DJ.
Brad, how far have you gone with a man? It's not always easy for little people to get women. Just kissing or mouth stuff and love or booty action?
It's a lot of questions. How far have I gone with a man? Well, there's famously a story in one of my stand-up acts where I get paintbrushed during a threesome called the Devil's Threesome, where there was 2 men involved, and paintbrushed where
It grazes.
it grazed. Yeah, it grazed the forehead area.
Forehead.
Yeah. Well, when he stood up and I stood up.
Oh,
it was-
right, because you're
Yeah,
little.
I'm short. I don't know if you know that about me.
Right.
So yeah, he kind of did like the scene from The Lion King where where Rafiki goes over the forehead and goes Simba. Like
Yeah.
that's essentially what happened.
Should look at John Grogan's face right now.
I can never feel the same about that movie.
John Grogan, you ever been involved in the Devil's Threesome yourself?
Never.
But would you?
Not with another dude.
Hey man, it's almost Pride Month.
All right.
Come on.
Hey,
Relax.
Brad is very inclusive.
All right, here we go. Next question for Brad Williams. We're almost at the end of this. Do you give Allie and I credit for you finding the woman who is now your wife?
Yes.
But not publicly you don't, because I don't hear you ever tell the story with us involved at all.
I give you credit, and when I'm doing the jokes, and I say I was on a very popular morning radio show. And
that was us. I didn't think that was
San
us.
Francisco.
That's a lot. Machine's about to blow up now.
Kevin Klein live.
Right.
Yeah, you might know him from his stints doing radio in San Diego, right? That happened.
Right.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
Let's not bring that up.
Man, you went there.
Do you think your best friend Adam Ray is funny, or is his Dr. Phil thing a little hacky?
No, Adam's great. Adam's very funny.
So he didn't say absolutely that time, so
It's
he probably
interesting
told
to
the
see
truth.
how Brad's voice changes.
Yeah.
No, he's very funny.
No, he's. I think it's weird when.
No, I love my hot sauce.
I think when I tell the truth, I try to make sure I don't have any voice inflection whatsoever.
No, Kevin Klein is my favorite.
Yeah, it's like when you ask someone, "Hey, did you like that gift I gave you?" and their voice goes 9 octaves higher.
I love it.
Yeah, you do the opposite. It goes lower.
It goes lower.
Brad's been answering a lot of these questions, so I'm going to let you know that you can see him in Anaheim, City National Grove of Anaheim, happening on July 18th, a Friday night show, a local show for Brad. He's an OC boy. I recommend you go and check him out there. He crushes always, but especially when he's doing the hometown shows. And your next question. This is the final one. This is the
Might
one
have to
I'm-
bring the lie
this is
detector
one I'm
test.
curious
This was a
about.
fun bit.
Do you wish
You're gonna steal this?
Yeah.
You've had a lot of success now as a dwarf comedian. Do you wish that you were normal sized? If you could be normal sized, do you wish that, or do you not, knowing what you know now?
Knowing. No, I don't wish I was normal size.
You do not wish that?
No.
It's the title of your next tour.
Yeah, I'd have to write actual jokes then. This is a great life. I don't know if you know this.
I'm glad you bring that up, because this is the last question. Do you
Okay.
think your little person material is getting a little stale at this point? Should you venture into jokes not about your height?
Yes.
Yes. All right. When we come back,
Nothing if not self-aware.
John, were there more than a few lies told just then?
There's a couple.
Okay. Requests from the 818 to get you into your banger bus. Holiday weekend is finally here. Little heads will roll from Yeah Yeah Yeahs on KROQ. And then heads will roll as we get the results of the Lie Day Friday lie detector next on KROQ.
Klein, Alli Show. Mornings on KROQ.
106.7 KROQ.
Right now, Brad Williams is in the studio. We're about to get the results of his Lie Day Friday lie detector test. We're also streaming on YouTube. And I will give Brad another plug because he did answer all of the questions. He didn't refuse to answer any questions, so thank you in advance for that. You can go to Thousand Oaks, California. Look at that.
My neck of the woods.
August 2nd. You can see Brad right there at the Fred Cavley Theater.
Yes, sir.
So go see Brad there, bradwilliamscomedy.com for tour dates, hot sauces, tickets, and merch, and so much more. And John Grogan is our lie detector guy in studio, about to read the results. He's at Lie Detector Guys and certifiedpolygraph.com. A lot of fun to have at any parties or potentially more Memorial Day barbecues, I would imagine. All right. By the way, during that entire
That's
song,
the lie detector stuff.
John has not cracked a smile. He has not laughed. He is
Those were banger tracks, and he's not even doing a little shoulder shrug.
Nothing. He doesn't
He
care.
loves music, don't you, John? Yeah.
I picture John as a grindcore metal kind of guy.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Do you have a genre of music, John?
70s rock.
Okay,
Cool.
great. Big fan of ABBA.
A man of mystery.
All right, get close to that mic. Here we go. We're going to find out. Brad, are you concerned at all as we read you the results of the lie detector test you just took?
I was concerned the moment he hooked that thing up to me. That is nerve-wracking. You can be assured 1,000,000 times that there will be no bad questions or anything like that, but now you're at a lie detector test. You're scared out of your mind.
All right, whenever you're ready, John, let's take Brad through his answers and see just how honest he was.
When we asked him, have you ever taken advantage of your height? He said yes, and that was true.
Okay,
Good place
that's the
to start.
truth. He does take advantage of his height. He also told me he buys really cool, expensive sneakers in the child size.
I
He
do.
gets them for cheap.
Yes.
As opposed to the ones that I can't get in a
And that
normal
makes me
size.
jealous.
I know. It's frustrating.
Got a good shoe game.
Next question, John.
When we asked him, have you ever stolen a joke? He said yes, and that was true.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. You were being very honest.
Let me clarify again. It was my third time on stage. Johnny Sanchez. He did jokes about being short. I didn't know the rules of stand-up comedy yet. I have admitted this to Johnny. So I just didn't want you guys to be able to isolate that audio right
No, we're
there.
pulling
and be
that
like,
audio.
and Brad Career's
steals
gone.
jokes. Next question.
We call Brad Carless Mancia. That's what we call him. All right, whenever you're ready for joke question number 3, excuse me.
When we asked him, why did you really leave our radio show in SF? For comedy or because Alli is an unfunny lesbo? He said for comedy, and that was a lie.
I knew it.
God damn it.
So it's because Alli was an unfunny lesbo.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't know she was lesbian at the time.
Okay.
The unfunny
I thought
part
she was just unfunny.
Yeah, that's just not funny.
I love for an unfunny straight lady. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I thought, well, that's acceptable.
Well, it's complicated. There's complicated reasons he left.
All right, well, that doesn't seem that complicated, Alli.
It's a lot
You had been-
jam-packed question.
You had been funnier, we'd be lighting the world on fire right now. Just the two of us.
We don't
and
have 1 million followers.
Brad's out there with his $1 million, 1 million followers. We're just sitting here slumming in radio land. Jesus Christ. All right, moving on.
When we asked him, do you actually like your hot sauce, or is it just a cash grab? He said he liked the hot sauce, and that was true.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am shocked.
Mango, ginger, habanero.
Brad
Let's
just-
go.
Brad just-
BradWilliamsComedy.com. Get your Death by Dwarf hot sauce. It's
Brad-
actually good. That's
Brad
no lie.
just reacted in a way that someone does when they find out that they're not
He was
the
like,
father. Right. Yeah.
And
Well,
he's
It's a
not
business
guilty.
venture. I don't want it going out in the radio like, no, it's just a cash grab. He hates this thing. You know.
All right, next question for Brad Williams, who's in here right now, at Brad Williams Comic on Instagram.
When we asked him, have you ever talked S about us to another morning show? He said yes, and that was true.
Yep. He really could have lied there, but chose not to.
Thanks you for the honesty. So he talks bad things about Alli and I when he goes on other shows.
Of course.
That's good. Any exposure is good, I guess.
Yeah.
Moving on, John.
Just like a billboard.
When we asked him, do you agree that your little person material is getting a little old? He said yes, and that was true.
I've been in comedy 20 years, guys.
All right.
It's a lot.
I'm all out.
At least Brad agrees that the little person material is getting a little old.
I've had 2 albums. I've had 4 specials. That's 6 hours if I could take a bath in a thimble. You just kind of get tired of it.
How many more albums can Brad fit into a baby stroller for the cover of? Not that many more, right? All right. Well, we all agree on that. Moving on.
When we asked him, which Kevin is your favorite at KROQ? He said Klein, and that was a massive lie.
It's so frustrating, Brad.
Now he hates
because
you too.
No, there's a custodian here named Kevin Anderson, and
yeah,
he's my favorite Kevin.
I believe it. Well, that's so. Well, congratulations, Kevin Reiner. We're all thrilled to have you back, especially Brad.
I'm
'cause
really
you're
happy. He's
favorite.
a great guy.
He is a great guy.
He's wonderful.
Now your news on KROQ.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
All right, Kings of Leon fans are pretty bummed to see that they have canceled a bunch of upcoming shows, though these were shows that were scheduled in Europe, so maybe you weren't going anyway. But the lead singer, Caleb Followill, suffered what he calls a freak accident, and that is why he had to cancel a handful of their upcoming shows. Actually, a lot of shows on their tour. Now, listen to this. This is his announcement that he made on Instagram. And tell me if you think this qualifies as a freak accident.
Freak accident that happened the other day. Broke my foot pretty bad. Just playing with my kids. It's pretty gnarly. I'll spare all the details, but gave me emergency surgery. And I'm on the mend, but they've told me that I can't be on my feet or traveling or anything for the next 8 weeks or so. And it's a big bummer, man. We were so excited.
So
that's got to suck. You get if you're a band, the first thing you do is you plan a tour over the summer when the kids are home from school. Say, I've solved this problem. I'm going to go on the road. And then you break your foot. Now you're stuck at home.
So you think that
it's terrible.
You think that his whole move was to avoid his kids?
Oh, yeah.
And then he broke his foot playing with his kids?
Number one reason people start bands.
But he's like, don't you take a page out of Dave Grohl's book and thrown it up, man?
He sits on the throne, the wheelchair throne, and look, I guess they could have done that, right? He doesn't teach you. You can
like,
sit.
who listens to the doctor and says, hey, you can't put weight on it for the next 8 weeks?
Especially it's rock and roll, man.
I know.
Come
and
on.
he's like, oh, man, I hurt my foot playing with my kids.
Yeah, right?
I had to have emergency surgery. It was a freak. That's not a freak accident. That's just you being a klutz.
Well, also, is there a Lego involved? Because if there's a Lego involved...
Obviously, he doesn't want to say because it's even more embarrassing than what he said on the internet.
Well, we got to figure out what the freak accident is. Book this band immediately on our show so that we can figure out what was the, quote, freak accident.
Because it's like, I don't want to give you all the gory details. I'm like, I want them because I'm sure they're not gory and they're really lame.
Right. Could have been one of those things where he fell asleep, kid wanted to play, ended up cutting up his toes while he was sleeping.
Yeah, he's probably wearing Crocs, but he was like trying to run, but he didn't have him on run mode or whatever that mode is.
Totally smells of Crocs.
Speed mode.
This is a Croc injury.
Oh, man. That's good.
And now they're like, you can't put weight on it for 8 weeks. And he's like, all right, I'll just
You can't
stay
let
home.
people know you wear Crocs, man.
You know when doctors do say things like, hey, by the way, you're going to take some medicine, just make sure you don't drink on it. You're like, yeah, whatever. You know,
yes,
it's like
totally.
No one's really not drinking on it,
and
right?
everyone knows the doctors will double the amount of time that you need off.
Right.
They'll half the amount of medication that you need just because they want to cover their ass. They don't want to say, hey, you're probably going to be fine in like 3 weeks.
They're a big fan of the better safe than sorry method.
Yes, and also I'm sure the tour manager and all kinds of people that work for the band are like, dude, Caleb, just get back on stage.
Yeah.
We got to make some money here.
Yeah,
they've been working on this tour for a long time.
We got merch. We got
new music.
Right, we got stuff we've made. Let's get out there. Bro, Foot, if he's able to deliver that message, he's able to go sing.
I know, exactly. If he can just sit there and make the message and talk about his little freak accident, or he was like, I don't know, this is pretty lame, guys. I don't even want to say it. And they're like, just call it a freak accident. It'll sound way more exciting.
Yeah, this guy's not like Usher. He's not over there busting moves like left and right?
He's not. No, he's definitely not. And by the way, as freaks on this show, we take that term freak accident very seriously. You can't throw around the word freak if you're not a real freak. If you're a good-looking rock star, leave the freaking stuff.
Who plays with his kids.
Yeah, leave the freaks for us and the freak-offs for Diddy.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, there are a couple of gratitude trends that are going around right now that you may want to try. It seems like we're kind of getting into a summer of gratitude type of vibe. Now, the first one has been happening for a bit, and that is the call to say goodnight trend. And that is guys calling their friends out of the blue with no warning or anything to just say night-night, sweet dreams. Mm-hmm. And it's just a way of men appreciating other men, and then, of course, the reaction is always interesting. But there's another one.
Would you like to hear some of that?
Yeah.
This is the trend of a man calling another man just to say goodnight, and it is not received well by the man that usually gets called.
Yo, what's good, bro? What you got going?
Why was that?
No, I'll just call and tell you good night, bro. Sweet dreams. Hello?
What?
Yeah, what do you mean, good night?
I like the pause. He was like processing, like,
He
what
was
is
like
happening?
waiting for him to say something else, like, just kidding.
Yeah.
Right, it doesn't end, though.
I'm about to lay down, bro. I'm about to get in the bed. I just want to call and tell you good night, bro. Sweet dreams.
Yeah, but why the hell why are you telling me good night?
You can't even fathom it.
I hope you sleep tight, bro.
Sleep tight.
All right, bro. I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow, man. Sweet dreams.
Where do you have going? What sweet dream? I'm going. What's going on? Are you good?
I tried this last night and it all went to voicemail.
Yeah.
No one even answered.
People don't even answer Jake's good night calls.
Because they had already gone night-night and sleep tight.
That didn't go well.
So the other one is the thank you text. And this is after you hang out with somebody, you just say, I love you. I really needed that. I'm so grateful for you. Thanks for the hang.
That would be so weird if I got that. That would be so weird.
So,
thanks for the hang. I love you. I needed that.
It's so funny because both of these trends are very much a guy thing. Because if someone had called me to say like, "Hey, what's up? I just wanted to say I love you and good night," I'd be like, "Oh, thanks. That's so nice."
Like dumb slut.
And I've also sent and received thank you texts after hanging out.
Really?
So good to see you. It was so nice. I needed that.
Isn't that the number one
Let's
thing we
do it
learned?
more.
You should never say to someone after you have sex. You should never say thank you.
Yeah,
Because
this is not sex.
No, but it's the same sort of thing. It takes what was like an organic good time and it turns it into this weird kind of transactional feeling
No,
thing.
it's just gratitude.
Gratitude. I'll call you next week. We'll do it again. That's gratitude.
Yeah, but you feel like you see somebody maybe that you haven't seen in a while, and then once you leave, it's just like, oh, I guess we're just back to our normal lives.
Yeah.
And we're just back to not
That's
seeing
right.
each other. But it's nice to just say, hey, that was awesome. It was really good to see you.
Jesus Christ. you and this Barb, your AI, is steering you down a dangerous path, Alli.
Are you good?
I don't like it. I like these guys saying goodnight to each other.
And then, if you qualify for some free stuff, I just wanted to share this. I know we all need more e-bikes on the roads here in California, and they are offering a second round of e-bike vouchers that are worth up to $2,000 each. So you have to qualify. You can wait in the virtual waiting room, and I think you have to make under a certain income bracket. You have to be in a certain income bracket to get this money off. But if you can figure it out and you can qualify for all this stuff, you get a free e-bike. So you can buy it and you get $2,000 back.
Free e-bike. Details.
We need
going
more
on
of them.
on our Instagram. Make sure those details get up there so all of our listeners can get themselves a free e-bike.
And everyone can be that annoying person on their block doing a wheelie.
Someone suggested that why don't we go ahead and take this trend of the good night calls and switch it since we're a morning show, Alli. You guys should be doing good morning calls to people. We could just start calling random people in our contacts and say, just want to call and say good morning.
God, I feel like people would get way more angry.
That would be another strange reaction as well. I agree. Feel like, do you need something?
Brush my teeth and get ready for the day. What?
Yeah, that would be, maybe we'll do some good morning calls tomorrow to people that we know in our lives, and you'll hear how much they truly hate us. We get into a brand new hour of the show right now.
Alli Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
All right, good morning. See how weird that was? Good morning. Alli, good morning to you.
Shut up.
Vanessa just calling to say good morning.
Thank you.
All right. Great.
Whoa.
She
Vanessa
hates
okay?
us.
That went over well. We are Klein
I know,
Alli
it's
Show.
cold over
It's
there.
KROQ. If you need us, 800-520-1067. This hour, someone will win themselves the opportunity to eat and laugh at the exact same time. Going to give away some tickets to Belly Laughs Comedy Food Festival, LA Live, July 12th and 13th. And then we are less than an hour to go before we get you into Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles, so you can get nice and wet and cool off this summer because Vanessa wants to cool off right now. Everything around here is extremes. We either had extreme heat all of last week because they didn't have the air conditioning working, but then they finally got it working, and now it's a flex, so they've got it cranked to about 54 degrees, which I think feels great, but poor Vanessa's in there wrapped in a blanket.
And it's not just Vanessa, it's every woman in this building. I talked to another woman who was in the break room. She was like, I layer up and bring, I don't know what to expect anymore. I'll start a tank top. I'm going to add layers. I also brought a puffy jacket. One of them brought gloves today.
Well, Alli, you should be proud. Women fought for years to have the right to come into the office. And the second you get in here, all you want to do is just complain about the temperature.
We just want to vote and complain.
That's all we want. Finally got in the office like the men. Oh, it's chilly. Let's go back home.
661 wanted to say, hey, I just got to work. I just wanted to say thank you, Klein and Alli, for hanging out with me during my commute.
That's weird.
It was really nice, and I really needed that.
All right, well, that's uncomfortable.
559, I'm a guy, and I've been doing this for the last 10 years, way before this was a trend. No other guy ever acted weird when I did it.
All right, well, go ahead and give all the good nights and good mornings to everyone you want. Trust me, it's going to be strange.
626, my wife doesn't even say goodnight to me.
Same. Well, when you go to bed. Whenever the first person passes out, that's when we go to bed, and that's it. This hour, lots to get to on the show. Apparently, the Klein spelling bee, all of my most misspelled words from emails come back to haunt me this hour on the show. And USA loves swearing more than any other country. We will celebrate it by finding out what your favorite swear words are this hour on KROQ.
Wake up every evening.
All-American Rejects. Look for them performing soon in a backyard near you, playing backyards all summer long, I guess, to celebrate the good vibes of the summer. And even though the police are shutting down some of their shows, they're saying, we're fans, we'll let you play one more song.
Yeah, I know. I think a lot of the best parties are when there's a random show up of a band. I think that's going to happen more often now because those intimate shows are what it's about.
And the bands know they get a lot of clicks, a lot of views, so all of a sudden the Chainsmokers are doing a scheduled appearance in Vegas. It's like whatever, but if they just show up randomly in some fraternity house, they're like, oh dude, you won't believe we just showed up randomly.
The Chainsmokers are always there.
Always
They're
there.
always
They just live
in
in that
Vegas.
frat house. Listen to this and tell me if Alli should be judged accordingly. A lot of people would walk out and leave a restaurant if they saw what Alli saw, but she decided to stick around and continue to eat.
Look, I know we were talking about this because of that deli in Santa Monica shutting down because of vermin infestation, and I just wanted to point out that there are a lot of things people see at restaurants, and they still eat there. C being the letter grade of a maybe a health inspection that's up in the window, and I've still eaten at places like that. But
I was at a place while they were changing the letter. Literally right in front of my table, they asked me to move my seat so they could change the letter in the window from an A to a B.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you still eat there?
I was already committed at that point.
See,
I was like
that's
halfway
what I'm
through my
saying.
sandwich.
And I'm sure it was still good. I went to it was a brewery restaurant. And you know how one of those breweries have like the big tanks where they brew everything, and there's a bunch of like pipes
tanks
all around.
Right.
Yeah, so you feel like, whoa, you're in the middle of it all. And I had ordered, and I had gone to the table, and I was waiting, and then I looked up, and I saw a family of rats that were traveling along one of the big metal pipes.
It's a Disney movie.
This is middle of the day rats.
Yeah, this was not at night. This was probably 3 p.m.
See, I feel differently. Middle of the day rats, night rats. I feel like,
comes with the territory.
Yeah, they're going to be out at night anyway. But when you start
their
seeing
scurrying
when
out.
you start seeing middle of the day rats, you have to think to yourself, there's so many rats at night that these ones could even...
that's their home,
Right.
They feel comfortable being everywhere and pooping everywhere. Yeah.
Right. That middle of the day rat is a whole different level of rat.
But it was not in the kitchen. I didn't see a rat in the kitchen. I saw rats walking along the brewery pipes. And I thought to myself, oh, wow, that is a big family of rats. They seem to be thriving. And then I just waited for my little table number, and they brought me my food, and I ate it.
Did you say to anyone, hey, just to let you know, I don't know if you're aware, but there's a bunch of rats running around?
I was with friends. I pointed it out to the friends, but none of us did anything different than
Were
we would
you
have.
wondering why there were raisins in your meal?
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Maybe we can ask AI to punch that up.
AI, please try to make that funny.
But I don't think anybody. I'm sure people have seen similar things and eaten there anyways. Like what?
I was at a Denny's once, and I was taking my girls out to breakfast, and we had just ordered our meal, we got our drinks, and then I see not the biggest roach, but I see a roach climbing up the side of the booth, and I just grab a napkin really quick and I smash it. Right. And I smashed it, and then I kind of tossed the napkin under the table, and I thought to myself, if we leave right now, it's going to be such a pain in the ass getting another table anywhere else.
Right.
And this is not in the food, like Alli said, it's not in the kitchen. And you know what? Restaurants have roaches. So I didn't tell the kids, and we just continue to, enjoy our time at the Denny's.
I love that you decided not to get up and throw it in the garbage. You just threw it under the table.
I didn't want to make a scene.
As a former Denny's employee, you would think, Omar, out of the courtesy for the current employees, you wouldn't have, put it under the table. But
what are you going to do?
The thing is, if you counted out every restaurant because you saw a roach or a hare or a rat whatever, then you would have no place left to eat. And look at you. You have 2 places left, don't you?
Alli, I think that is a number one reason you would not go back to a place. I've seen rats running around there. Hey, good luck. I'm not going to be here. And I'm sure you're right. Does every restaurant probably have rats and roaches? Probably. That's the reality.
I feel like every house has rats and roaches too.
When I worked at a Denny's, we went through that process where we had I don't think we ever had I think we're a solid B restaurant, and it got knocked down to a C because we had a rat, and the cooks actually named the rat.
No one has a rat though. But then
they probably had rats. Well, I forget what they named it, but that didn't deter me from cooking my steaks back there and eating.
Yeah. I mean, that's you would like to believe the heat of the kitchen is enough to kill off the grossness of or the raisins, as Jake likes to say, funny.
Hilarious.
But the reality is, that I think. Hold on, let me. Hugo, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Good morning. Good morning.
Hi, I'm a girl.
Shut up, fella.
I work in pest control, and I service a warehouse that does the noodles for the pho. Everybody loves to eat the pho dishes. And so I service this maybe once a week, twice a week. And this place is literally just crawling. You can see them. They're like, hey, good morning. How are you? Type, like, they look you right in the eye, and they're all over the place. And no matter what we do, it's never ending. It's crazy. So you
won't eat pho now because you think rats love pho more than other types of food?
It's just the processing of the noodles and the disregard for maintenance and cleaning and all that stuff.
Huh.
So, yeah,
when you say you see rats at this place every week, you're talking tens of rats or 20s or hundreds?
I'm going to say in the 50s.
Oh, my God. That's so many rats.
I once found a a family of little baby rats in a corner.
Because all rats do is they eat and they bang. I'm kind of jealous.
Well, and somebody on the text line said if rats don't have a food source, they will leave the area. So if you see rats, they're eating there. That's why they're there.
But of course, if they got unlimited pho, they're not going anywhere.
Exactly, because pho is delicious. 917 said I was waiting on a party, and right behind them in the plants was a mouse struggling to get out of a sticky trap. Now, what do you do then? Because they're alleviating the rat problem, and it's a mouse.
The struggle in the glue trap is a sad thing to see.
It's rough, yeah. I've seen a rat trying to crawl out of a glue trap. But also, you're like, well, they're not running around. They've been trapped.
Kyle, you're on KROQ. Alli was sitting at a brewery, saw rats running around. She already ordered those, so she hadn't eaten anything yet. But she decided, you know what?
I have my number.
I've got my number. When they call my number, I'm going to grab my food and eat it. I don't care. It's just a bunch of rats running around the piping. What's that going to do? Middle of the day rats, by the way. Day shift rats. And if you know anything about day shift, Alli, ever go to a strip club and see the day shift crowd? The day shift rats, no good. No bueno. What's up, Kyle?
Yeah, so I have a story of there was rat poop in my cereal. I had just spoken to my teacher, brought up the day before. Every place, like you were saying earlier, every place has rats or roaches or whatever. Well, there was he brought up, in food, there's a certain percentage of like poop or whatever that they have to let go through, and it still qualifies just because it's in everything. And I thought that was ridiculous. And then the next morning, I'm eating cereal, and there's something in my cereal. And it looks kind of like poop, but I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to prove it to myself. It's not poop. It's fine. And so I tried to eat it and just go on with my day, and it was definitely poop, and I spat it out, and I can't eat
What a horrible test to give yourself. Why do you need to give yourself that challenge? I'm going to prove to myself that it's not poop by eating it. Oh, wait, it's poop.
And you claim it was, you claim it was Raisin Bran? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was Raisin Bran Crunch.
Oh, man, how did we walk into another raisin joke?
Jake, go ahead.
We can't get out of it.
Jake, is this Jake calling right now to deliver the joke again?
Hang on.
It was cereal, but what kind was it?
That's
what a horrible challenge, though.
What percentage of poop is allowed? I didn't realize that. He said he learned from a teacher that we have to accept the fact that we're going to have 20% of that in everything, so that they don't even put the number should be 0%.
Yeah, 913 said there's rat hair in every jar of peanut butter.
What?
Yeah.
That is false. I've never once encountered a slice of hair in my peanut butter.
I don't think hair comes in slice form, you idiot.
A strand, I mean.
Guys, I got to go and get a hair slice later.
Wrong S word.
We got to, speaking of S words, we'll be back in a second. It is time for the annual
Spelling Bee.
Klein Spelling Bee, an opportunity for you to win tickets based on how little I know about spelling. I don't need to know spelling. My phone autocorrects for me, and if it can't, I just don't send it, or I send a picture that usually shows what I'm trying to get at. We'll come back in a moment with the Spelling Bee, give away some stuff after this, KROQ.
All week, KROQ soaks your summer. Apply your SPF 1067 from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And get your pick. A used third-generation slip and slide we got from a lady on the internet. Or a 4-pack of tickets to Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. Dive into a world of excitement with thrilling water rides, slides, and pools. Or get a nice grass burn on your knees and drink from your garden hose. Your choice. Keep listening to win. Courtesy of Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. Slip and slide not available.
KROQ.
Monsterpalooza stomps into the Pasadena Convention Center this Friday through Sunday. Meet stars from Scream, Hellboy, The Terrifier, and more. Over 90,000 square feet of sights and frights under one roof and 400 plus exhibitors. For tickets, creep on over to monsterpalooza.com.
The perfect time to upgrade your carpet is right now. Get free carpet installation with the purchase of Home Decorators Collection Special Order Carpet. Give your floor
anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, hey, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me wanna reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I've got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on. When times get bad, don't be sad. Right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. So hard to find.
When you get it, got to hold on tight.
I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
Spelling Bee time is here. It is the world's most exciting competition with children that are usually weird and homeschooled. And we've got a few local ones that are in the finals now. And I guess that matters because even though we don't really respect spelling or spellers in the real world, at least for this one moment, they get some glory.
Look, you should have some respect for the people who are participating in this Scripps National Spelling Bee because this is coming out of your hometown, is it not? This is D.C., the D.C. area?
Oh, I don't even know. Is that where it happens?
Yes. It's like the capital where all the best spellers go is the place where you are from, and you are the worst speller that I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, because I learned at an early age that spelling is just not important. And this was before, now your phone will auto-spell for you. And the reality, if they have to take spelling tests, and the teachers would always say, you got the lowest score in the history. I had a teacher one time, said she'd been a teacher for 25 years. I had the lowest score on a spelling test she had ever seen. And I said, thank you. And she goes, that's not a compliment. And I said, well, it's something.
There you go. You can find a silver lining.
And she said, you got to start taking this seriously. And I kind of looked at her and I said, no, I do not.
Well,
because eventually, I didn't know how it would happen, but I said, the world will spell for me. And that is exactly what has kind of happened.
But I was reading an article actually about people who have won the Scripps National Spelling Bee and like what their lives are like. And they're all just normal.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone's,
right.
Pulitzer Prize winning anything. They're just like, and some of them were like, I struggled in school. Like I was good at spelling, but nothing else.
Case in point, I believe that Beer Mug, former employee here at KROQ, one time won a spelling bee, and look at Beer Mug. So I don't think that means anything later in life.
New segment.
I don't think winning a spelling bee means that you are destined for greatness. But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people that have lost spelling bees that are doing amazing things in the world.
That's true.
And people have accused my spelling of being wrong for so many reasons. There was this call.
Hey guys, sweet divots, Klein. You do not know how to spell porn. But you said P-U-R-N. You spell porn with the U.
Yeah. Okay, so
4
what?
letters.
So that's fine. Every once in a while, I spell it wrong when I'm in a hurry to get to it, but I know how to spell it the right way.
Yeah, but there are
Porn.
also words that you mispronounce regularly that I'm not sure if you would even know. Like you say exponentially a lot. But a lot of times you put a D in there where there's not a D.
Whatever.
Exponentially.
You need more D's in your life, Allie.
Okay.
That's why I'm putting it in there for you.
See, you're getting defensive. I know you're upset. And we have Vanessa in here as well because she is not the best speller, but Vanessa, she uses autocorrect and she uses AI to help her polish her emails these days.
Well, Vanessa, you don't want to be a part of this spelling bee any more than I want to be a part of it.
Nah, I agree with Klein.
Thank you.
Matter.
Autocorrect.
Yeah, autocorrect will take care of it. Can't autocorrect the word. Vanessa, how many times have you written a word and you beat autocorrect? It will not even give you a suggestion.
That's happened. And you know what also happens? Like, it won't correct me, but then I'll just send it. I'm like, I know they know what I'm saying.
Right.
But sometimes also Vanessa has gone with voice memos because they can't autocorrect a voice memo.
That's true, and they should because I have no idea what she's saying. But all right, so now we have 3 rounds of this dumb spelling bee.
So we have these are all words that you should know. These are all words that you have used recently. So I've gone through old emails. Round 1 is going to be words that you misspelled in an email recently. Round 2 is going to be words that you misspelled in a text through either our group chat or individual threads. And then round 3 is just kind of a grab bag of words that you use regularly that you should know.
And Omar's got an example of a word that's actually being used now by the professional spellers. I mean, this is like what the smart kids are getting right and wrong because they're not all going to be winners. A lot of them are going to go home to their little bedroom where they get schooled in. Well, let's be honest, Allie. A lot of these spelling kids are weirdos.
Can you stop shaming the children and let's just get to the game?
Okay.
Well, this is an example of what the 11-year-olds are spelling. Let's see if either you or Vanessa could spell this word.
Your word is my rack.
My rack?
Yeah, baby.
Go ahead, Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa, your rack.
M-Y-R-A-C-K. My rack.
Nope, that would be wrong.
Hot stuff.
Go ahead, Klein. Do you know how to spell
my rack?
Okay, could you use that in a sentence?
No, but I'll give you the information they provided.
My rack is a noun. There's no origin for this word in our dictionary. My rack in astronomy means a red giant star of the 2nd magnitude that is seen in the constellation Andromeda. Stargazers often use my rack to find the Andromeda galaxy.
How is no one laughing when the guy says my rack?
I know, right?
I'll use it in a sentence for you. Stop looking at Jake's rack and instead look at my rack.
Okay, my rack.
Go ahead.
It's definitely doesn't start with an M because they want you to think that.
You think you're being tricked?
Yeah, it's a trick. It's like
my rack.
It's a silent P or
There's
something.
always a P.
It's like PZY. PZY, probably one of those.
You are wrong, sir.
Well, I'm close, I bet.
My rack, it's MIRACH.
Oh,
No.
I was so close.
No, you were not.
No.
No, you were not.
All right, Klein, for you,
All right,
what
let's
about
get
this
to it.
one? This
All right,
is
here we
round
go.
one, word one. This is for Klein, and then I'll give a word to Vanessa.
Place your bet.
In a recent email, Klein said, one of my sisters narked me out about the nipple ring. Can you spell the word narked?
So I spelled that wrong in the email?
Yes.
And the email I had written was one of my sisters did narc me out to my parents about my nipple ring. I'm not happy about that. Narc.
Narked. Go ahead.
N-A-R-K. Hold on. Narcotics is a C. N-A-R-C. Narcotics. N-A-R-C. Apostrophe D. Narked.
That's funny because it's even more wrong than it was in your email. It was
Seriously?
incorrect. Yeah.
I should have written it down.
A narc is N-A-R-K. So narked would be N-A-R-K-E-D.
I thought
You
that.
said narsed.
Narsed.
N-A-R-C-E-D.
No way.
Yeah, dude. And it's definitely not apostrophe D.
Well, I thought it was like Irish. Or something.
So, Vanessa, here's your word.
Oh, man, I'm off to a bad start.
In your email, you said this week we are giving away tickets to Hurricane Harbor. Spell the word hurricane.
I spelled hurricane wrong?
Just spell the word hurricane, please.
Hurricane.
Oh, boy. And by the way, we are giving those tickets away in the next 30 minutes here on KROQ. 4 of them. You will get
This
them.
is what happens in my brain. I'm saying it in Spanish, so it makes sense on how to write it.
Yeah, but even your explanation of that yesterday made no sense.
That was crazy. That was
Here
wild.
it goes. I know this is right because I've seen that word a lot, and I'm a visual person. Hurricane. Hurricane.
Nice job, Vanessa.
She got that right?
Vanessa got it.
Narc in the term that Klein used is with a C.
Wow. Klein's right, too. Unbelievable.
Dude.
Round one, the only person who's wrong is Alli.
The only narc with a K is to annoy or exasperate, and that's from a British definition.
Thank you, Jake.
Oh, my
Alli
God.
is down. Vanessa, you and I are beating Alli in the spelling bee.
Oh, stop
And she
it.
put this whole thing together to make us look like losers that can't spell.
Okay.
And guess who's down one? You.
But it also doesn't have an apostrophe D. It's
Yeah.
ED.
Well,
So
that
you
was-
were still wrong.
That was for comedy's sake.
All right,
I
whatever.
know that.
Can you spell the word permanent? You said you were permanent tired.
No. I'm going to pass on that.
Okay, great.
Can I-
Let's go to
can-
round two.
Can I skip that one?
Yes,
or-
you can.
Okay,
Let's just skip
that's a
that
pass.
one.
All right.
Let's move on to group texts.
I am permanent.
We were
tired.
all ordering from Starbucks, and
Okay.
Klein, you said, "Can I get a croissant?"
Oh, Jesus. That one.
That's a hard word.
Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. It is, first of all, it's French. I don't even think they allow French words in the spelling bee.
Go ahead. Yes, they do. They allow what Latin words.
Croissant.
You're not even saying it right.
I'm going to write it down. Say it again in a sentence.
Can I get a croissant?
Croissant.
Vanessa, you don't even have to participate.
I don't know.
What you wrote down is not right. She wrote down.
Mine's not right either.
Vanessa, if you're on the live stream, this is what Vanessa wrote down. 3 different, equally wrong versions of croissant.
It's funny because I eat a lot of these things.
Croissant.
I should know how to spell
Croissant.
it. C-R-O-U-S.
Nope.
A-U-N-T-E.
No.
Is it close?
No.
Oh.
Croissant would be C-R-O-I-S-S.
Cross. Yeah, that's where you get
All
that.
of you were really thrown off by the I.
All right, well, whatever.
You thought it was croissant.
Regardless, they're delicious.
All right. What about you, Vanessa? Can you spell the last name of our boss, Kevin Weatherly?
Oh, man.
Yes, I can.
You write a lot of emails about him.
Weatherly.
It's a lot of emails. Weatherly didn't get back to me. Weatherly doesn't like me. Right, go ahead.
You can't just say Weather and Lee. You have to spell it.
W-E-A-T.
What was the first letter?
W.
I don't even think that's right.
Dablaboo.
W.
That's what two ghosts say at the same time. A dababoo. Go ahead, try it again.
W has 17 syllables in it.
I don't know. Just spell W now. I'm interested in that.
W.
What?
I think I'm just going to say that's wrong.
Okay, incorrect.
Weather L-Y. Weatherly.
What?
There are multiple spellings of weather, by the way.
Oh,
Did you know
really?
that?
No.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you know that?
Yeah, of course I knew that.
No, you didn't.
Yes. Weather outside versus whether or not this is a dumb bit. Yes, two different weathers.
Yes, there are.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a bonus point, Klein, can you spell mozzarella? You have mozzarella on pizza all the time, but can you spell it?
M-O-T-Z.
No.
E.
No.
What?
There's no T.
What?
Are you sure about that? Jake, back me up on this. There's got to be a T there.
Pretty sure she's right.
Motts. I get the motts all the time.
No.
Oh.
And you can't just say the Mott's.
All right, well, I don't know it.
All right, well, Vanessa's still in the lead. M-O-Z-Z.
Oh, yeah, Z-Z, yeah.
And then what?
Arella. It's funny because based on my emails, I write a lot about foods, and my emails sound delicious. Croissant, mozzarella.
Yeah, it's all food stuff.
Great stuff.
All right, round 3. Klein, you are the matcha man.
Oh, Jesus
But can you spell matcha?
I have to order them all the time for my wife.
You post about being the matcha man.
M-A-C. There's a T in that one. M-A-T. M-A-T. Matcha. M-A-T-C-H-A. Matcha.
Good job.
Hey, all
Klein,
right.
you got
Klein's
one
on the
right.
board.
Vanessa, you're a child. Spell tricycle.
Oh, my gosh.
And then try to ride
I
one.
want people to know I am not a child. I'm 34. Tricycle. Tricycle. Okay. T-R-I-C-Y-C-L-E.
Nope. Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, good job. That's what I meant.
Nope, lame-o loser.
Congratulations. You got that right. All right, at the end of 3 rounds, who won or who
That
lost?
would be Vanessa. Vanessa won.
How did
And
Vanessa
English was
win?
her second language.
God damn it. Well,
I wasn't
Vanessa,
really keeping score.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So first place you, second place me, third place Alli.
And neither of you have rhythm. Can you spell rhythm?
R-Y-T.
Nope.
words are tough. That's what we learned from that last segment. And we'll be celebrating curse words coming up next hour on the show because apparently USA now is the number one country in the world for cursing. I don't know how they figured this all out. I think it has a lot to do with comments online. But we curse now more than any other country, which for a while you would think we'd be up there in the running, but it was always England. Like it was Australia would always do very well, and USA never was the top country for swearing, but now we are. So Jake was out in the streets talking to people and figuring out what their favorite curse word is, swear word, and we got a variety of different answers. But the best part about all of this is, Alli, at one point he does encounter, because he's out in the streets, and guess who he ran into?
Joyce.
Hello, how are you? I missed you.
I missed you too.
Love being on the radio.
I bet, yeah, it's good to see you.
Makes me moist. Joyce.
Oh,
moist Joyce,
damn.
yeah.
Oh, so
she sounds like she needs so much water, which is the ironic
she does.
thing.
She's so parched. Listen to Jake's guttural reaction when she says that. Hold, listen closely.
I bet, yeah, it's good to see you.
Makes me moist. Joyce.
Moist Joyce, yep. Joyce, what's your favorite curse word?
I guess
Well, we'll get into why that is her favorite word. And also her favorite hobby.
I'm sure she's got a real story.
She's got real stories, but we'll be celebrating curse words and most importantly, celebrating the fact that America is now the number one country as it pertains to swearing. Something we're not allowed to do on this show, which makes no sense because it's the year 2025. Hello, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hi, Klein. It's Pantyhose Greg. I sound so lucid today because I haven't had any marijuana. I ran out.
Pantyhose Greg, we had a call on the GOAT line from a listener that claims that you connected with him through the YouTube, the live YouTube, and then he is a bud tender or something at a dispensary, and you went and met him, and then he gave you a bunch of free stuff. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, he's great. His name is Daniel Pizza. He's on the streaming live, and he's a really nice guy. He wanted a selfie with me.
Right. Okay. But this call only happened a few days ago. You're already out of everything he gave you?
Oh, he gave me like 14 grams, and I smoked it up like I was a hungry gypsy.
Dude, he gave you 14 grams?
No, bro. I'm just like, I know. But listen, you guys. No, seriously, Alli, you know I love you, and I love your hair up like that. Oh, you look so sexy. Listen, I was wondering, I'm going to go to the rehab, and they film me there, you know. It's going to be on YouTube. The Graceland Ranch in Agoura Hills. I'm going to be there, close to Alli, over there in the Thousand Oak.
Wait a minute. You're checking yourself into rehab, or this is the rehab you go to take advantage of their facilities?
Both.
Oh, okay.
Say that when you check in on the application.
Where I live now with all the Chinese peoples, you know, they eat a lot of food and they don't get fat. I don't know what's going on with that, but let me tell you something. If I go to the rehabs, I pay $800 now, right? I go to the rehab, I pay $1,000 plus dinner every night at 5:00. I'm telling you, and then I'll be on live. You know,
but Pantyhose Greg, PhD, isn't the goal of rehab to actually get better? Like you're trying to actually rehab, and it seems like if you just go there for the dinner and the facilities and then leave again and go smoke weed and come back, you're not really using the rehab for the reason it was intended.
No, they're going to help me stop the marijuana and work out and get into shape. You guys know I'm overweight. I'm overly obese.
You know, it's interesting, though, what PhD is saying, because, you know, you were telling me, Klein, that people who rent a car is sometimes cheaper than buying and paying for car maintenance.
Yeah.
And what he's saying...
Rent it as you need it only.
Right. So he's saying instead of paying rent every month and having to buy my own groceries, cook my own meals, now I'm paying, you know, $1,000 for the month or whatever it is, and he gets free meals, free lodging, he gets access to amenities that he doesn't have in an apartment.
But someone told us also, I don't think we've even mentioned this yet, that your picture's up in a few places. You're like on a do not allow list on a few Starbucks. Is that true?
No, not my face. No.
But
no, you don't get 86 from these spots.
What?
How many places are you currently banned from?
Probably like a dozen.
That's a lot,
so many places,
Greg. It's a lot of places.
A lot of dispensaries, they don't want to see my ass around there because, you know, I pick little nuggets off the floor and bug the people in the parking lot for a little bud and all that. But what was I saying?
I don't know, but the people in rehab are going to love these stories in group therapy.
How's the stand-up going? I want to know that.
Oh, well, Jake, since you haven't done anything to help me, I'm not doing anything with the stand-up. I'm trying to get my ass
fired me then.
You fired Jake as your manager.
Well, you know what? He can practice his set in rehab.
Yeah, why don't you do your set tonight at the rehab center?
You guys, I get on the bus, and when it's full, I do my whole act on the bus.
Well, why don't you record that? Why don't you give us some... Pantyhose Greg, take a deep breath. Why don't you give us that content? That's something we could use on the show. Are you going and doing stand-up for a bus full of people that don't want to see it? I would love that.
Okay, I'll definitely hook that up. We can probably do that tomorrow on Friday's show. I can call in around the 9 o'clock hour.
No, you don't have to call in. Just send us the footage.
We don't need to book you, Pantyhose Greg.
Don't worry. Talk to Vanessa. We'll make sure to get that. If you're going to do stand-up sets on the city bus that people don't want to see...
Go through me first.
Yeah, Jake,
all right, and he takes 10%.
Jake will get you booked on the metro today, on the bus.
Why am I not enthusiastic about this?
You are loud and clear.
Klein Alli Show.
Klein Alli Show. KROQ.
Klein Alli Show. Get you into some Imagine Dragons. They just added another show at the Hollywood Bowl. That's coming up in a moment. But right now, let's talk about summer 2024. Feel them tropical vibes, Allie.
Yeah, man.
That's right. Will this be
the only summer music we have?
That's all we got. Generic summer songs, baby. So
couldn't have played my summer song.
Nah, it's too many words. Too much singing.
Just enough words.
This is
more rapping.
We also, every time we play it, we get sued by Sublime.
That's not true.
We can't play that song. But we can talk to you about what you believe that 2024 will be the summer of. Everyone looks back and they go, yeah, that was the summer of this. That was the summer of that. That was the summer of civil unrest, huh?
Remember the summer of civil unrest?
That
and
was
then
fun.
The summer of schlub, and then there was the summer of rob, because everybody was robbing everybody.
Yeah, that'll probably continue, though. I don't think that's going to stop anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
But summer schlub was kind of cool, because that was where everyone was like, we can just go out being all sloppy, and that's in style.
Yeah, hot girl summer was a rough one for me.
Hot girl summer was Allie's 9/11. She will never forget. And she had to hide for 3 months inside during hot girl summer.
But now we have to predict what the next summer is going to be.
Let me say hi to Sierra. We'll take these calls. We all have our own predictions as well. And if anyone actually turns out to be right at the end of this whole thing, we'll give you something probably. Sierra, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
What will 2024 be?
I think it's going to be the summer of stoned. Everyone's not really drinking alcohol. They're all kind of quitting this year for whatever reason, but everyone's still picking up a pipe, smoking a joint.
That's so true. And I also think it's going to be like a summer of microdosing, where people are going to be taking those like mushroom pills and stuff like that. They're going to be doing other things to feel
Go ahead. No one help her. Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm going to work this out.
I think someone's macro dosing right now.
If only you could expand your mind to think about what you're going to say.
There, exactly.
Yeah, what are you going to say? People are going to do what?
People are going to do other things in order to feel altered. That's the word I was looking for.
Jesus Christ.
That was way easier than
that was not even a big word. You couldn't come up with altered?
No,
on an alternative music station that we're currently on? All right, yeah, that's... I think that's an interesting early call, because I do think people are...
And I think it's cheaper.
Micro-dosing a lot and doing functional mushrooms. Mm-hmm. That'll be happening a lot more this... And summer is the best season for that, I think.
Totally.
Because people are kicking back more.
Yeah, you're just laying in a lounge chair in the sun, just microdosing.
I just want to say, as a PSA, there's a very slippery slope and a fine line between a microdose and an actual dose.
Mm-hmm.
And don't necessarily believe, because I've now gotten involved in quite a few little chocolate bars where they say like one, and they always have their little guide, which I don't think is scientific, where it's like 1 triangle is micro and 2 triangles is chill and 3 triangles is whoa. You know, or they always do those.
You're like, what does this mean?
Yeah, it's always this like, 1 is this, 2 is this, 3 is question mark, question mark, question mark.
Well, and they always say like certain dosage on like food, but it's very inaccurate when they've actually done tests on them.
Yeah.
Like they say something has 5 or 10 milligrams, and it could be that, or it could be way more. You don't know.
You don't know, but that's an interesting early pick. I like that. Hey, Dylan on KROQ this morning. Summer of what? 2024 summer is officially here. We're a month away now from 4th of July. So what do you got?
I think it's going to be the summer of FOMO. You know what FOMO is? Fear of missing out.
Yes, thank you. We all
What
know
is
what
FOMO again?
is. But why will this be
Meme
the summer?
stock.
Why will this be the summer of that, though?
Meme stocks are going crazy, man. FFIE for the win, man. Dave Portnoy.
Yeah, you
Rowan
know,
Kitty. Come on, man.
I did see that, by the way, and the GameStop went up again. The guy, Rowan Kitty, bought like another 200 million shares of it or something like that. So there is going to be a lot of I hear what he's saying. I did have some FOMO for that as well because I go, man, I should have gotten involved when I was
So
first
it's
going to
going to
get
be
involved.
like money-related FOMO?
I mean, all sorts of related. But I think summer always is that because summer is the time when everyone seems to be posting on their story like on a vacation, somewhere fun, somewhere tropical, at a festival. And if you're just scrolling that and not doing it, I guess there is that feeling of like, man, I wish I was. I don't even think I want to ever be there. I just like it looks fun, but I know I wouldn't have fun if I was doing it.
Yeah, but I also think it's going to be the summer of overspending. I think people are going to spend beyond their means and beyond their budget because they want to have some kind of cool posty trip.
Are you saying summer of debt?
Yeah.
You predict? Is that your pick? Summer of
Yeah,
because
I mean,
they'll look back.
I was going to go with hot alien summer, but let's go with debt.
Debt is a better pick, I think. I agree. I think that this is. I mean, look, inflation's getting high, jobs are getting scarce.
And I think
But
people want to travel even though inflation is crazy and the flights are crazy and they're just going to go anyway and like deal with the consequences later.
And that's the problem when people say things like, take your mental health seriously, is that I think people use that as an excuse to go like, I really shouldn't go to
But I'm
Fiji
gonna do
right
this
now,
for me.
but I need this for me. So I'm going to go ahead and open up 4 credit cards.
And then 6 months later, your mental health is horrible because you're in crippling debt
Right.
and really anxious about it.
Juan Carlos, 2024 will be the summer of what?
I believe 2024 is going to be the summer of Slicey.
Okay, you son of a bitch. Swicey. It is a swicey.
Swice summer.
It's a swicey summer.
So swicey.
It is a sway. We learned that yesterday in the ADD News.
The
It's all
summer
about.
of Swice.
It's all about mixing that sweet and spicy together. The summer of Swice is not a bad pick.
And Klein loves a hot honey.
Yeah, he's a Swice guy.
I am I've accepted it. I tried to fight it, guys, but I am at my core. I am a Swice guy. All right, I'm pretty fly for a Swice guy. We've established that. Vanessa, you believe 2024 will be the summer of what?
Rollerblading.
It's a terrible.
She
pick.
always tries to shoehorn rollerblading in.
I'm telling you.
Every time I go to the beach, every single time there has been more and more rollerbladers and roller scalers.
Scalers. It will be the summer of roller scaling. I was thinking that same thing.
I think that because after the pandemic, everyone was trying to take up rollerblading, and now people are still trying to stick with it.
Well, they bought them, and they're
I'm
like,
telling you, I see more and more every time I go to the beach.
Johnny, Postmaster Johnny, you're in the know. 2024 will be the summer of what?
It's going to be the summer of men's crop tops. Dudes cropping their top. What you laughing at so hard
I
for?
love that. It's just so specific.
Oh, hell yeah.
Johnny's convinced. I was trying on a shirt
Does he
the other
have
day.
one?
Yeah, he wears them now. And I was trying on a shirt
He
the other
does?
day. He goes, dude, you got to cut. He tried to convince me to cut the T-shirt I was wearing into a belly shirt.
Oh
and
my
I
God,
said,
you should have done it.
I said, Johnny, what the hell are you talking about? He goes, dude, you look like such a square in that dumb long shirt. You got to cut that thing. And I go, cut it to where? And he showed me like just above my belly button. I said, Johnny, have you seen my body, my middle section?
It's probably cooler when dads do it, dude. You got probably
No,
stuff off good.
Way.
Yeah,
But
Johnny's shirts are getting shorter and shorter.
his shirts are getting short. I just thought he was trying to figure out how to do laundry for the first time.
I thought he was just too tall and was buying the wrong size shirt.
Yeah,
Well, that's true too. It's like a lot of the shirts I've thrift, they're like really short. They only make clothes for like small European men. It's like big 6'4" dudes like me never have a chance with cool clothes.
Good point. Whatever you said makes a lot of
So
sense.
you just got to go crop top.
Right now, you can get your news from lots of places, but you might as well get it from us. The ADD news begins, and then we get you into Hurricane Harbor. You can listen to us on KROQ, like the good Lord intended, or if you'd like to watch us, we're on YouTube as well, because who isn't these days? So you can find us there. And here is your news.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News.
AI is integrating with human life more and more every day, and I have a few examples of how impossible it is getting to tell the difference between AI and real life. I'm going to give you an example in the news, an example of a fake event that happened all through AI, and also a viral video that is completely AI generated. So this is an example of a real news headline from a real person.
They're called bunchums, plastic toys that stick together, but they also stick to hair.
So that's...
Slices of hair? Full slices?
Slices. So that's a real person reporting a real headline, and this is a fake person reporting a fake headline.
In shocking news, J.K. Rowling's yacht sank with her on board after being attacked by orcas off the coast of Turkey.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that great?
I can't believe J.K. Rowling is no more.
Here's another one.
Breaking news. A Scottish fold cat named Big White has led an army of felines to seize Buckingham Palace, declaring itself the new King of Britain.
I mean, you can make these AI news reporters say anything, and this is just the audio you're hearing. The video looks like a real news reporter reporting behind a desk, and you would never be able to tell the difference. It's incredible.
Earlier this morning on the show, if you're just joining us, we got roasted by AI, Robo Roast, and you couldn't tell the difference between a real comedian and this, but this was delivered by AI.
Also, she loves brunch because she's a basic bitch. Alli is so white. Producer Vanessa tried to snort her, but she wasn't tall enough to reach the top of the straw.
I mean, that is, who knew? Yes, they've got better voices with the British news reporters, but as far as writing is concerned, that could have been a human.
Totally. So there's also this fake car show that took place. So they generated a fake car show with videos of the cars and everything. They had a host, and they got people's real, quote, reactions of the cars that were at this fake car show. And this is incredible, too.
Welcome to a non-existent car show. Let's see some opinions.
I mean, man, the acceleration is crazy. You look far, step on the pedal, and you are there.
I feel safe with him in an SUV, and it seems to be like the right type of car for him.
And these couples just look like real everyday couples. Sometimes the AI generated people, they look like too hot.
Yes.
Or they just look, there's something off about them. These ones look so realistic.
I think the range is only going to get better. Sorry.
Even fake mistakes.
We don't want to drive gas cars anymore.
Yeah, no more gas cars.
And then finally, they
so that's all fake. Every person in there is fake.
Every
car
person
show
is
didn't
fake.
exist.
The car
nothing.
show never existed. But that's something that could come across your feed.
Sure.
And then, say, Buick or whatever car brand wants to promote their new car, they could create the car, they could create the people that are test driving the car, talking about the car, and you think that these are real people having real reactions.
Wow.
And then finally, somebody asked AI to generate a viral video, and you see a guy doing a street interview. Again, this is all fake. And he walks up to two girls that are drunk while bar hopping.
What's one move with AI that makes haters go crazy every time?
Oh, y'all gotta give him that. This is wild. It's over. We are cooked on that thread. You get me?
So that's like basically a spin-off of the Hawk to a Girl moment.
That's AI's version of spit on that thing.
Yes, but again, you would look at these two girls and think they were just two girls out, bar hopping, and you would never know that it was actually all fake, everything I just played.
And the problem is that now everyone's going to question everything. Like, are we even here right now? Are you even listening to two people struggling to get through a morning radio show? Or potentially is this whole thing just AI that has figured out a way to come up with mediocrity at its finest?
I don't know if we're struggling.
Oh, I'm struggling. Struggling.
You barely getting through it?
Barely. Got another hour to go. Let's get there.
All right, Survivor 50. I can't believe that the 50th season of Survivor is happening, but they have revealed the cast. And I didn't even know they were doing a whole, Dancing with the Stars cast reveal, but it seems that they're getting more creative with the people who are in the cast. And this one, the first episode of Survivor aired in the year 2000, I believe in May. So It seems they're doing 2 seasons every year.
Okay.
And so this is the 25th year. This is Survivor 50. Same host, too. Can't believe it.
Jeff
And he
Probst.
still looks amazing,
He
by the
still
way.
looks amazing.
It's crazy.
He's getting hotter.
He's the real survivor of this whole thing. That's the irony of the whole game.
Well, because he gets to just sit on an island and judge
course.
people. And
Living
it's
the
a
good
great
life.
life. But in the cast list is 2 former winners of Survivor and the creator of White Lotus, Mike White. So now we're starting to blend celebrity contestants into the Survivor world. And I can't even say I've watched Survivor. And I think I watched the first 2 seasons and then kind of gave up on it. But
People that
I'm
are
sure
into
they've
it are
done
very
this
into
before.
it. And I got news for you guys, and no one will appreciate this more than Omar. But you know who the P1 world's biggest Survivor fan is?
No.
My Uncle Leslie.
Oh, no way. Dude, we got to get a weekly update.
And
from Leslie
so
about
much
it.
so that I believe at one point he bid at some sort of a charity auction the opportunity to go and meet Jeff Probst at one of the islands one season, and Jeff Probst clearly did not like my uncle, and I think he had him immediately escorted off the island.
No way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
great.
But I don't know what happened. My uncle doesn't like talking about it because I think he was so hurt because he's such a super fan of the show.
Is your uncle the type a guy who just admires the show and the people that go on there, or is he the type of guy that thinks I can do that?
I don't. Well, he thinks he can do anything, but he couldn't do it, and no one
He should be on Survivor.
Yes.
would want to see him. Well, maybe we
Dude,
could talk
the
him into it.
producers and the casting people look for people like your uncle, man.
I know. I can see them all in that little tiki room being like, Leslie, holding up
Oh,
the
he would
photo
get,
card.
he would get
Leslie.
voted out so quickly.
Leslie.
Yeah,
Leslie.
he would be voted out.
The people have spoken.
Yeah, that's how our family reunions are. We vote him
I
out
don't
real
accept
quick.
those results.
Right, he would not. Yeah, we got to talk to him about that.
And then finally, this is, I think, a growing trend, just comes with the times. Netflix will make a documentary about anything these days. They have a new one out about quilting, if you can believe it. But they have made many documentaries.
Prisoners, yeah. It looks interesting.
They've made many documentaries about prisoners, about people who are notorious drug lords and stuff like that. And then, God, what was the one with the weird stalker? Baby Reindeer. That woman was suing Netflix, and now this other criminal, a Dutch drug lord, Adrenius van Weissenbeek, is suing Netflix for $126 million for their undercover and fairy films and TV series, and they based it all on his life. And he said that they unlawfully based it on his life, and now he's suing for copyright and portrait rights and defamation.
I thought that they always put that weird disclaimer up there before shows that say, like, any similarity to real people is just a coincidence and blah, blah, blah. Usually they do that.
It's funny because the things that we pitch on the show that our company shoots down, we're like, can't we just do a waiver or some kind of disclaimer? And they're like, no. But I'm like, Netflix obviously can do it.
Then they get sued. Our company doesn't even want to get sued because they can't handle that. Even just them getting sued.
It would bankrupt them. Oh,
Again.
wait.
Let's get into it. It's a brand new hour of the show. It starts right now. The very first thing we do is get you into Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. If you are caller 20 at 800-520-1067. Let's go.
Alli Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning. It's the Prequend. I know this week is flying by. Love you short weeks. And here we are on Thursday morning. Let's make it great as we get you into the weekend with some tickets for you to go jump and cool off at Hurricane Harbor. We got those tickets every hour, all day long, starting now, straight up through 6 p.m. Win them from us, win them from Nicole Alvarez, win them from the great Kevin Ryder, as long as you win them. And if you're caller 20 right now, we have 4 of them for you so that you can go cool off and enjoy all the fun of Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. In fact, currently open right now, select days, Southern California's most thrilling water park. Get tickets at sixflags.com/Hurricane Harbor, LA. All right, this hour on the show, we'll figure out what Americans' favorite curse words are, because apparently we curse and swear more than any other country in any other country in the world, which is the first time. That's right.
Shut up! God damn it! I want to go.
I think. Thank you,
This
kids.
is part of the problem.
I think that's part of the reason that we've pushed over the edge now. We're starting them younger. So thank you, kids, for helping us get that
I do
title.
think that, back in like the 50s and 60s, swearing was like, oh my God, you're a horrible person if you're swearing at all.
You got the devil in you.
Yeah, exactly. And now, not only do people not care about swearing, they don't really care. Like, a lot of parents I know that have young kids, they're swearing up a storm around their kids. They don't really care.
It didn't bother me because I'm not a prude, but I was on a call the other day. Customer service was trying to solve a problem, and their computer was moving slowly. And customer service, for a company, a major company,
Swore?
said, sorry, my computer is all sorts of effed up right now. But they said the word. And now didn't bother me at all, but it felt very commonplace. I would imagine that's the kind of thing that a lot of jobs maybe used to get fired for that. You can't swear at the they didn't tell me to F off. They said their computer was all sorts of effed up, but said it very matter of fact. And I was like, huh. It didn't hit me. It was like, oh, all right.
I respect you.
All right, fair enough. I like what you're doing over there.
Computers be effed up.
So we'll get into that coming up. Jake was approaching people in the streets to find out what their favorite of the swear words are, and we're not allowed to use many of them on the show, but we're going to go ahead and try to use them anyway and see how that plays out for us. I'm sure the company will have a great sense of humor about this. Let's go ahead and say hi to Frank in Long Beach, who's listening to us this morning and happens to also be caller 20. Good morning, Frank.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Hurricane Harbor is in your future. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 tickets. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
All right, enjoy. Thank you for starting your day with us on KROQ. Thank you for hoping to spread the word and grow the show. That would mean a lot, all right?
Best show ever.
Thank you. Appreciate that. That's Frank. He has no idea who we are.
You seemed half committed.
But
yeah, best show ever.
That's good. He was way more excited about winning those Hurricane Harbor tickets, huh? It's KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein, Alli shows. A lot of words we're not allowed to say on the radio, and they are some of the favorite words of all Americans because for the first time in a long time, we have now beaten England and Australia, and apparently we swear more than any other country. And I don't know how they figured out this total calculation, but I think a lot of it had to do with comments and posts online specifically, and how we love swearing more than anyone else. Maybe other countries are more evolved than we are, perhaps. I mean, you look at any airport or any brawl video or any viral video that's going around, usually we can't even play most of those on the show because it's just constant barrage of F-bombs and MF this. And Jake went into the streets to find out what people's favorite curse words were as we celebrate this huge honor in America. And the results are kind of surprising because I would think everyone probably has a favorite word that they like to say and or hear. And people were all over the place, to be honest. This is how it all began with Jake the Nerd in the streets for some street science.
All right, what's your name?
Randy.
Randy, what's your favorite curse word?
Most everyone's
How come?
Because it's so universal. You can use it with a lot of different instances, like, right? So,
When's the last time you used it?
about 2 minutes ago, when someone did a stupid shot, like, what the
Do you remember the first time you heard it?
Must have been a 4 or 5 year old kid. I think it was mom.
See? Core memory right there. That guy heard it from his mom, and now that's his favorite curse word, is the F word, I believe is the one he was saying.
And it's funny, the kid's ability to pick out those words when they can't even really tell what's a swear word and what's not at that age, but they can tell for some reason that one is more fun to say.
Now, this one's weird because this one I don't even think classifies as a swear word, but this person still says it's their favorite.
What's your name?
Mike, man.
Mike from where?
From Burbank.
Mike, what's your favorite curse word?
No bitch.
No bitch?
Yeah, no bitch.
How come?
I don't know. It just happened from high school. Just funny. I don't know.
When's the last time you used it?
Last night.
And what was it in reference to? What'd you say?
My friend talking to me. I told her no bitch.
So that's well said.
Spell
sir.
it. Use it in a sentence.
But I don't think that, once again, I think he's convinced that
no bitch is one word.
Is one
As
word.
he swears.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you heard it?
No.
Bitch.
I think actually the first time I said it was at McDonald's when I was like 7th, 8th grade.
And what happened?
My friend was trying to take my burger and told him, nah, no bitch.
So, once again, core memory. Guy remembers
this is
it.
fun.
Sticks
I'm going to say this more.
That's going to be my word. That's
going to be my
word.
thing is
wait
no
till,
bitch.
Wait till he learns it's two different words put together.
Yeah.
And then, of course, this is a crowd favorite. I would argue maybe the funnest word to say.
What's your name?
Dayon.
Dayon from where?
Like nationality or like North Hollywood?
Dayon, what's your favorite curse word?
Mother.
How come?
Just the meaning behind it. I don't know if Samuel L. Jackson has something to do with it, but I just love saying mother. It's a perfect expression when you're angry, happy. I don't know. Say it any way you want. But yeah.
When's the last time you used it?
Today.
When? What'd you say?
Let me see. You wipe your ass, but it's nonstop. I was like, mother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he makes a good point. It could be really happy, really positive, really angry.
Or
It
just
is-
like a, that's right. Damn right.
Damn right, MF.
Yeah,
So-
or like if you're a fan of a team and they get touchdown, mother effer is a great word to use.
Being
when
told just by someone you're my MF
Yeah.
is maybe the greatest compliment you can receive. But that
better
same,
than a best friend.
Same person can turn that around on you, and it can cut hard. And then, of course, it wouldn't be any trip into the streets if Jake did not encounter Joyce, who's apparently dubbed herself Moist Joyce, which is a name that I don't like at all. It makes me want to
It's better
gag.
than her last nickname, which was Chunky Brewster.
That's true. And she has an answer to this question as well. And I will let you know that before this little 40-second clip ends, Allie, she does break into song.
Oh my God, I love it.
I'm gonna-
Musical
I'm
moist.
going to warn you about that.
Joyce.
Hello, how are you? I miss you.
I missed you too.
Being on the radio
I bet. Yeah, it's good to see you.
makes me moist. Joyce.
Moist Joyce. Yep. Joyce, what's your favorite curse word?
I guess
How come?
because I probably use it the most.
When's the last time you used it?
Today,
Yeah, what'd you say?
you, I can't believe you said that.
When's the first time you used it?
Oh, when I was small. But it was also as a curse word, not as a sexual word.
All right, Joyce. Anything else you can tell me about your favorite curse word?
Okay, milk, lemonade, round the corner fudge is made. Stick your finger in the hole and you will get a Tootsie Roll.
Doesn't have the word in it.
No, you.
Well, there you have it. That's Joyce right there.
She's learning quick about Jake.
Yeah, she sure is.
F you.
That's right. Well, there.
She's turning.
Congratulations, America. We've done it. We now swear more than any other nation. And if any British listeners of ours would like to call in and admit defeat for the second time, you can go ahead and let us know that you're okay to turn over that honor. We'll take a quick break. We're back in a moment. We got some Meet the Neighbors to get to. El Cheapo's going to check in on this Thrifty Thursday and more after this.
All week, KROQ soaks your summer. Apply your SPF 1067 from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and get your pick. A used third-generation slip and slide we got from a lady on the internet. Or a 4-pack of tickets to Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. Dive into a world of excitement with thrilling water rides, slides, and pools. Or get a nice grass burn on your knees and drink from your garden hose. Your choice. Keep listening to win. Courtesy of Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. Slip and slide not available.
KROQ.
It's cartoon time.
The following is best enjoyed on acid.
Kevin. Klein. Live.
Yes, hi. I'm calling in reference to the casting I heard yesterday, the rude on Dawn. I think it was so rude yesterday. She was calling Dawn regarding Red Chili Pepper hot tickets. I am so upset over this. I'm just about ready to scream. Why would they call her dumb like that so many times on the phone? That was not nice. And then I was just listening to your ad, but I guess that's your favorite word. It sounds like everything you come up with is dumb. Is that part of this radio station?
I'm sorry, is this a complaint or a compliment?
It's a complaint because I'm so upset. This poor girl's been trying and trying, and then, you got her hopes really up, and then all that other girl kept singing is Dawn is dumb.
Are you talking about the hold music?
No, I am talking about yesterday on the radio when you were talking to Dawn regarding some chili pepper tickets or something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but that's the hold music, and that's a service that provides us the hold music for when people go on hold.
Yeah.
So you understand that we don't pick that music. It was just coincidental that was her name and that the song said that she was dumb.
Wow.
I can transfer you if you don't mind. I can transfer you so you can make an official complaint if you'd like to.
Okay. Are they going to give her tickets, or because I'm going to try to come up with something to come up with a fund to get this poor girl tickets?
Or you can make your complaint officially once we transfer you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hold, please.
You're a dummy who's complaining on the radio, and you can't even pronounce the tickets that Dawn wanted. You dummy dum-dum.
Yeah, hello, complaint department.
Yeah, hi. I like that song. That was really nice. You just put everything together with your dumbness. Okay. I'm complaining now because you just called me a dummy, and because of the whole...
Whoa, hold on. Who called you a dummy?
You just did on your radio, on the hold music.
I didn't hear... Let me just listen 1 second, because I'm not hearing the
same thing you did with Dawn.
Let me listen to the hold music. No, it's just Kenny G like always.
No, it's not. It was singing, you dummy. I'm not stupid. I'm a 60-year-old woman, and I can hear. Don't have... you guys are totally rude and obnoxious.
Well, hold on. Let me file that under the complaint department. Hold, please.
Sure.
I didn't think it was possible to find someone so dumb calling us to complain, but we can tell you to F off, cause that's what we do. We do. You won't get any tickets.
You there?
Yeah, I'm there. I don't want tickets. I asked you a question, and who do I complain besides listening to you call me dumb?
I didn't call you dumb at all.
Yeah, your radio station, your music that you don't hear, that you're being dumb is the one that's calling me dumb. So that's perfect.
Let me listen.
Yeah.
Let me listen. Hold on. If there's a complaint. I don't hear the word dumb. Are you talking about the saxophone there?
Yeah, I hear it. Yep, I hear that saxophone. Perfect. Okay, now who do I complain to besides you?
Oh, okay. You want to talk to my boss?
Yeah, he's probably going to call me dumb too because you don't really have a boss, right?
Well, no, I have a boss. Hold on 1 second. I'll transfer you.
You don't understand, do you, that we're even with you? And we're gonna call you dumb for a long time. You should hang up now.
The boss is not picking up his line.
I knew that, and I did record your message, so that's fine too. So you know that I did that because I'm really quite dumb, quite an idiot, quite stupid. Anything else?
Whoa, don't be so hard on yourself.
No, I won't be. That's fine. I will find out who to report this to, and we'll see who gets the last laugh. Thank you.
on the text line for Omar from the 562. Currently, this song right here has 1,553,824,079 views. Keeping track of the always climbing views that one song video is getting on YouTube.
It is a great
It's our
video,
biggest
though.
competition on YouTube. Now that we're streaming live on YouTube, there's a lot of things there, but it's pretty much us head-to-head against that video from Evanescence.
Yeah.
Sure.
But have
I've
you
never
ever-
seen it once.
Have you really?
Well,
Omar, you have to watch it. We have to
I'm not
film
gonna
your
give him my view.
reaction. We
Nope.
need a reaction video.
Not going to give him my view.
Fine, I'll do it on my computer.
One time years ago, I mentioned, I don't even know why, how the video had over a
Because
billion.
those stats are meaningless and they're pointless.
I mentioned it had over 1 billion views, and Omar
Made me
made
so
a big.
angry.
He got so mad about it. Why do I care? Why do I need to know? So now we have just hundreds of messages on the Go Line, people that are updating you every day. So if you'd like to go ahead and be the 1,553,824,080th person to view that video, go check it out right now.
Hey, you know what?
All of you need to stop it.
No, we will not. We will not.
Radio is about delivering little factoids that
On,
may or may not be true.
On Thursday, El Cheapo likes to brag about or flex about something she's doing to make the entire world a much cheaper place. And she looks at these as life hacks, ways to save a little bit of money. And with inflation and everything else, she claims that she's a trendsetter, and she's been this way for a while. She learned from her mother, the original El Cheapo.
Yep, and I have officially leveled up my cheapness in the best way possible.
It's time to talk to the kingpin of cheap. Here she is, El Cheapo.
And speaking of cheap, this El Cheapo is brought to you by American Tire Depot, which has the cheapest tires around, and you can get your flat fixed for free, which I just recommended to somebody yesterday. A total stranger is going there because of me. But I am planning my travel for the rest of the year, and
Didn't you just travel?
I went to the Grand Canyon by myself, but this is a family trip. This is what we're going to do for the holidays. And I have not...
Holidays? You're thinking ahead towards the holidays?
Yeah.
What
Gotta
do you
plan
see?
ahead
What do
if
you?
you're going to save money.
What are you, Costco? They're putting their stuff out already?
This is why you are not a saver, because you're not you're not able to plan ahead.
You're
and
right.
People who plan accordingly.
Not a planner nor a saver. And
Even
the
if
one time I did plan, remember that trip I planned, and then the whole trip happened, and I didn't even go on it because I planned it so far in advance. I missed the whole trip. Remember that
Yes,
thing? And I had to pay
Fiji,
for it?
I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you are, say, making a big purchase like a car or furniture or something, Omar, you know what I'm talking about. You research, you plan,
Absolutely.
you look at a lot of different things before realizing this is the value I want, this is the item I want.
Wrong.
And you have to do
Impulse.
so even more when it comes to travel. And I have not been on a big trip. I love traveling. I love traveling outside the country to different places. I want to go everywhere I can. But yes, it is expensive. So I have hooked up with a friend of mine who is really into points. And she has taught me how to maximize my point system to where I was able yesterday to purchase not one, not two, but 3 tickets one way from LAX to London. How much do you think I paid for those tickets?
Well, first of all, one way? What does that do?
You got to book one way at a time. That's what
How
my
does
friend
that do
Carrie
you
told
any
me.
good? How does that do you any good?
Because
the way back could be like triple the price.
it won't be.
I've done, Alli, I'm telling you before, I've done the same thing you're talking about. I say, oh, wow, one-way trip to Vegas, $29 ticket to Vegas. I'll figure it out when I get back. And then you get there, any flight back is $400.
I'm already working on the return trip. The problem is that I'm flying to London, which is not really where I originally wanted to go. I have to go there first because it's cheaper, and then I have to figure out how I want to get to the countries I actually want to visit.
Terrible.
But I had to create several accounts,
This
and
is
then
a
I had
flex?
to... Yes. When I
You're
tell you
going-
how much I paid, you will be excited for me.
Can I just clarify? You're going to a place you didn't want to go to?
To get me to the place that I want to go.
How far is that place from London?
Just a quick 2 hour, 2-hour Eurail.
What?
Okay.
I'm going to take the. We're going to. Once you get there, you're in Europe. You're like, okay, wherever I'm in Europe, I'm
Right.
happy anywhere I go.
Got it.
Right?
So-
You fly
okay.
into London, you can then
It's
go.
an
to,
adventure. I get
yeah,
it.
you can go to Paris, you can go to
One-
Spain, you can go wherever the hell you
one-way
want.
tickets to get you to
From LAX to London, nonstop, 10-hour flight.
All right, a couple questions.
I had to create some kind of loyalty account for this airline. I had to bundle all my points from 5 different credit cards and transfer them over to this account.
You
I had
have 5 credit cards?
I remember every time
5 different rewards,
do you remember,
baby.
Omar, every time Old Navy gives
Damn
like a
it.
deal, like get a free
Oh,
flip
that's
flop
right.
if you sign up for a credit card, I was like, I'll take 2.
Yeah.
She signs up constantly to cards.
Well, and if you have a partner that owns their own business, then you get those business rewards. And that's
Wow.
even better. So I utilize travel rewards from my credit cards. I get the business rewards from her credit cards. We bundle them all up, transfer them over. And at the end of the day, all I paid for those tickets.
So the result of all of those points is a long, bumbling, convoluted story.
It's not.
Wait, but you're not going to be able to use any point. You're not going to accumulate that many points to use them for the return tickets.
Yes, I am.
So
I have 108. I have 178,000 points left.
Whoa.
Left
after I booked this.
And how many did you use?
I used 123,000 to get to London.
Huh.
And this is for you, your wife, and your kid.
Yep.
And the amount of dollars you're about to tell us, which you say was very low, is not also taking into account all of those points. Because you think points have no value, right?
Points don't have a whole lot of value, no.
Okay. I watch a
But
lot of these.
it's only about $10 to $20 for 1,000 points.
I've seen a million of these videos on TikTok.
They give me a headache when I watch them because it's
I'm
like
the same. I can't. The guy goes, I'm flying in a private one-bedroom suite on Air it's
France.
Lufthansa or something I've never even heard of, and this whole thing cost me $11 and 96,000 points that I transferred from blah 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 blah. Sign up for Marriott
and
Rewards.
sometimes if you transfer points to another place, they give you a bonus, and then you get more points just by transferring your points.
Yeah, so I don't. This whole process gives me, like Omar said, I can't.
Klein, I spent hours doing this week.
I'm going to say that if you're bragging this much, 3 people, one way, 2, and it's during holidays, which is the most expensive time of the year to travel as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is this coach or is this
This
business?
is Economy Classic. I could upgrade to Economy
Classic.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Economy Classic.
Classic is the They want to make it crystal clear. This is not Economy Plus. This is Economy Throwback. Economy Classic.
The OG Economy.
These are the original seats from the first Wright Brothers flight.
Yeah.
We've brought them onto this plane, and we're calling it Economy
You
Classic.
should have heard me pitching this to Katie last night. She's like, where are we sitting? I was like, it's Economy
Classic. That is choice.
And then if you want something better, you can do Economy Delight. There's
All
all
right.
these different types of economy.
I mean,
on these
you seem
international
very
flights.
proud about this, so I'm going to say it's $1,000, less than $1,000 would be impressive for 3 tickets
Per ticket? Oh, for all 3.
Total.
Wow.
For all 3, that would be impressive. I think. I don't know. I haven't.
Oh,
booked it.
hell
I
yeah,
haven't-
dude.
I haven't booked
1,000
it.
for all 3?
I haven't booked
Way
a ticket.
lower, guys.
Way lower?
600.
Lower.
Wow, for 3 people. Is your kid on your lap? You're pretending he's still 2 or
My
something?
kid's in the overhead.
Okay, well now you have 3 seats.
No, 3 full seats.
Legitimate seats.
Yep. He
In-
got a kid's meal and everything.
In Economy Classic.
Yeah, classic, baby.
What is the airline?
Wait,
Can you
wait.
tell?
Is this so?
Virgin
This is
Atlantic.
without the luggage check-ins or anything like that.
Virgin.
Virgin Atlantic. Oh my gosh.
I like Virgin.
Love Virgin. And Virgin Atlantic, the best. Customer service. They were so nice. Talked to her for 35 minutes. Kate in South Wales. She took care of me.
Virgin Atlantic.
Is luggage included?
I should check on that. Not sure.
That's where they're going to get to, Alli.
I will say I did have to pay $47 for some additional points to make the amount of points.
I got it. You got to do the math. But think about this. You're absolutely right, Omar. Alli could show up at the airport day off and go, hey, I'm an Economy Classic. And they go, oh, you understand that each bag is $6,000.
But you're in a classic section.
Yeah, you're in the classic section. All right. Well, you're so proud of yourself. 400
Dude, I'm thinking like it's going to be like $300.
$425 for all 3 of you to get to London.
Less.
Wow.
What?
Now I think
Omar's
Oh my
right.
God.
I paid $300.
$100 a ticket?
Now I think you've messed up.
It was
Dude,
particularly
no
it was
way.
$288, so I only paid the taxes on the booking.
I'm
That's all I paid.
I'm going to assume that you have
Dude.
messed up.
No.
And remember
I
the
did
time?
this with the guidance of Carrie.
Remember
My friend
the thing
Carrie
that-
is a points guru, and she coached me through all of this, and now I have seen the light. I know the knowledge. And now I have 178,000 points to get me home again. I don't even know where I'm leaving from. I got to figure it out.
See, Allie's going to have to like backpack to Belfast or something, and then she's going to be like, we're hopping on this is the thing.
There's going to be a lot of travel once we get there. But
At
I
some
did
point, you're going to realize this. You're the same person. This is the same person we're talking to right now, by the way. In a previous El Cheapo that talked about how she does not park anywhere near LAX. She found an abandoned hotel
It's no longer operational.
And she then leaves her car in an abandoned hotel, then walks
there
until
were
she
beer
finds...
bottles by my car.
And then she walks until she finds any sort of a shuttle, and she pretends that she's a part of that service and hitchhikes to get on a shuttle to the airport.
Hitchhiking, it's back, baby.
It's okay.
510, Alli, the queen of wasting time.
It really is remarkable.
Perfect description of Alli in general. Economy classic.
You are economy classic. You've earned yourself a new nickname.
Everyone loves the classics.
That's incredible, though. I mean, I will say this. That's...
When I'm there, you're going to be laughing. I'm going to be laughing.
One way to London.
I'm going to London. I don't know where I'm going after that, but I'm going there.
Well, incredible.
Thank you.
Incredible. We're all very proud of you.
Thank you.
That's the El Cheapo at her finest. On K-Rock.
Girls. That's right. Klein Alli Show is live streaming every weekday on K-Rock's YouTube. Watch us. We're desperate and horny. In a strictly platonic way. There's nothing we won't do. Except for anything that'll get us sued. All this is consensual and we totally respect you.
K-Rock.
takeaways from today's show. We will get them on the radio now, and then we'll get out of here. Nicole Alvarez will be in moments. 40 minutes, nonstop KROQ, 90s at noon. More of those tickets to Hurricane Harbor, Los Angeles. You'll win them again in about 20 minutes. And then every hour, all day long, right here on KROQ. A lot of takeaways pouring through on the text line.
Many.
Including this nice message from the 909. I started dating a man that would become the love of my life. He teased me for my radio station choices and put KROQ on for me. I instantly became hooked to the station and love you guys. Started listening to you every morning, make my day a little brighter. The guy unfortunately passed away last week.
Oh, no.
After an accident, but he made me a listener for life. So thank you for always bringing some light into the world. Well, that's not necessarily our goal, and I'm sorry for your loss, but as long as he turned you onto this show, every time we do something that would have made him laugh, it's like he's still with us or something like that.
And it's sad
Dead
to
ass.
lose listeners because they hate the show, but it's also sad to lose them because they're no longer with us.
But if you do turn someone else on, it's like that whole thing about fishing. You give a man a fish, he eats for one meal. You teach a man to fish, he's eating for life. It's the same thing with this show, right?
I like that.
Except Alli's the fish in this case. But regardless,
Glub.
it's the same. You have like a half sweatshirt on. Look, I mean,
don't know
you
what
really
I'm
are. You really are living up to your nickname, Economy Classic, right now. You really are. All right, takeaways from today's show. And in 909, I am sorry for your loss, and thank you for listening to the show. And whoever that is that turned you on to us before he left this earth, he's a good man, I'm sure. All right, takeaways.
909, my takeaway is Alli is moving to London permanently for $300.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I can't wait to hear this thing. I'm so looking forward to the way.
Why do you get joy in my misery? Why don't you just be happy for me?
Because of how much you brag about these things. This is the same thing that happened with your computer when you tried to fix your own battery to save a couple of bucks, and then that ended up being a total mess.
Such an obvious setup.
Right, it's such a setup, it's going to go bad. You did this again with your car where you drove up to pick up the car to save some money on shipping it. That turned into a total fail.
No.
We see these coming from a mile away.
Someone said you're relying on London's infrastructure to get you around all of Europe with all of your big-ass bags.
Yeah, your bags, kid. It's just the whole thing's a nightmare. But good luck. Have fun.
Oh, come on. We're going to stay in an Airbnb. It's going to be great. 818, my takeaway is Miss Piggy is Lasara's newest spokesperson.
Yeah, congratulations, Miss Piggy.
Let's see. 909, my takeaway is Klein Alli Show is Odyssey's $4 fix. 650, day shift rats are the worst.
Yeah.
831, do I have a takeaway? No, bitch.
No, bitch.
774, my takeaway is wobble you.
Wobble you. That is how you spell our boss's last name, according to Vanessa. Wobble you. If you don't know what we're talking about in the takeaways, check out the complete show. All of this will make sense. All you got to do is listen to the complete show, available wherever you get your podcasts.
And 626, my takeaway is Klein is permanent tired.
Oh, man, that is so true.
Permanent.
Who needs to spell? It's not important. What's your takeaway there, Jake the Nerd?
If you're looking for some stage time, I can get you booked on the Metro.
Oh, yeah.
Jake's biggest client, Panios Greg, is going to be performing a free show on a city bus at some point today or tomorrow. We're not sure. You're doing great, Jake. Omar, you got a takeaway?
My takeaway is that Vanessa's really proud of her rack.
MYRACK. My rack.
She loves her rack. She's always bragging about it. Every day after the show.
She's always bragging about
Yeah.
it. Every time the show ends, it's 15 minutes of my rack before the meeting starts.
Right, Vanessa?
What does that word even mean? That's the actual word.
You're the one saying it. Spelling it, too. Alli, you got a takeaway?
My takeaway is double bag your water and beans, everybody.
Gotta double bag the water. And finally, Vanessa, how do you spell your favorite part of your body? Go ahead, whenever you're ready.
MYRACK. My rack.
Okay, all right. Well, for some people.
Cha-cha-cha. It's a cheerleading.
Have a great day. We'll do it tomorrow. We'll try to do it better. If you need us in the meantime, we got the GO line open for you now, 844-956-GOAT. A lot of messages there we didn't play today. We'll get to those tomorrow. It's a Friday show. Remember, don't forget about $500 Fridays. You beat Alli and Alli.
MYRACK.
That's
My rack.
Off the air, we'll talk about it more, Vanessa. Don't worry. That's
God,
okay.
enough with it.
All right, we get it. It's incredible. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.
That they feel that that you know they feel that
Klein
Alli Show. Klein Alli Show.
106.7 FM.
KROQ.